Right. Is there anyone else there? That is the question. Still waiting for a few guys to come in. Hopefully they will be here soon. Some help.
Yeah.
I need you to just copy and paste that for me, because I can't do it. It won't really do it. That drag it over and copy it for me, because I can't do it. It won't do it. Through. Yeah, copy.
Oh. Copy. Am I on it?
Hopefully that's got it. Cheers. Thank you. Get down. I'm like a dead duck here. Yay, there.
Hello.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
I was a bloody nightmare trying to paste it. It wouldn't paste.
It is a bit difficult, isn't it?
Me and you then for now.
Okay, thanks. Cool.
I think Craig said he was going to join, but I haven't heard anything back from him.
Okay, I thought was it his name Jonathan as well? Is he coming as well?
He can't make it. It's his wedding anniversary.
Okay, I thought I saw him. I saw him this morning. He was like halfway up a mountain and like drinking beers at 10 in the morning. I thought, yeah, he's not going to be up for it tonight.
No, definitely not. No, definitely not. So, how are you keeping anyway, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Busy all the time, and yeah, back brewing all the time. Yes, the brewer's lifestyle.
I know. You're loving it though, yeah?
Yeah, I am actually. It's tomorrow is my dray day, so I'll be doing a lot of deliveries tomorrow, which is always good fun. And driving a big truck around Birmingham is it's interesting. Put it that way. I do enjoy it at times.
Yeah.
And then Thursday is just Thursday same sort of schedule every week. Thursday I do racking, so basically just putting all the beer into the casks. And then Friday is the big long brew day. And the most stressful day is brew day, I find at the moment. But
right, okay.
But yeah, it's all good. Yeah,
Seems like
what
a
is,
lifetime ago since Leeds.
yeah, it was 4 months now, isn't it? But yeah,
I know, it's
well,
gone
we've
fast,
obviously got
hasn't it? I can't believe it.
having Nottingham coming up though. If you can make Nottingham, that'd be awesome though.
Say, what's September?
It's October. It's like the 14th, 15th, 16th, something like that. No, I think it finished on the 15th of October, but that'll be the day we'd go on.
Yeah, that sounds like something I'd want to give it a bash. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, I've been 3 times. No, this will be my 3rd time going to it, and it's really good. It's probably like the best camera beer festival that's out there. That's not GBBF, which I haven't been to either.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely recommend going to it because it's got like 1,000 different beers on. Something stupid like 600 different ciders or 900 different ciders. It goes up every single year, and yeah, it's a bit nuts, really.
I think Craig's trying to join. He's just sent me a message.
Okay, dokes.
If you go, you set up a page, didn't you, on Facebook?
Yeah. That little
A
group.
chat group. If you're watching, Craig, just go onto that, mate, and click on the link that I managed to finally do.
You know what? I don't think he's in it. That's
Anyway.
why. I'll just add him into it. I don't think he's in it. There we go.
Oh, right, okay.
That's probably why. Because I didn't know Craig was coming on for this as well. Cool.
He wanted to do something like that, and I sort of sent him an invite over. And Clueless Drinker, I don't know if he's going to be joining or not.
I think he posted some beers earlier of what he'd be having tonight. Where is he? Must be on there somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I tried doing this with Peter originally, but it ended up just being a hangout. It never actually recorded because I'm crap with computers, mate. I just
Right, guys.
Oh, here he is. Hey, how you doing, Peter?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourselves?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad.
Good.
So
Sorry I'm
what?
late.
No worries. Don't just started really.
Good.
So what beers everyone got ready? Because I was nearly chucked one of mine because I looked at it and just thought I've got my Black Isle Scotch ale and word of warning, I hate Scotch ales. I absolutely loathe them. So we'll see how it is.
Craig's in the house. Yeah, I got my sister-in-law went down to Weymouth at the weekend, and she picked me up this Dorset apricot wheat beer.
Interesting.
Sounds nice.
Piddle Brewery. New
Oh
one, mate.
God, I've had some from them
Have you had some before from them?
a long time ago. I think it must have been around something like 97 to 100 of my beer reviews. I had some really shocking beers from them.
I'm looking forward to this, then. Well, I'm going to crack it open anyway, see what it's like.
Cool.
Well,
Let's have a Scotch ale first.
I'm currently drinking this Baltic ale that I picked up from the Insel Brewery here in Germany, which I'd never seen any of their beers before. And it was like for €3, and it comes in this nice paper thing. And I wanted it neat because I quickly recorded a beer review before it came online. So most of the video was me just working out that this is actually just stuck on to the label. But the beer itself, it's pretty much a Belgian style strong ale. But I don't know, it's a really tame one, so it's really nice. But I don't know, if you want a good Belgian strong ale, avoid this one and go for an actual Belgian strong ale. In its own merit, it's a really nice little beer.
I suppose not too bad for like €3. What's the ABV on it?
ABV is 7.5.
That's not bad, really.
Yeah.
Mm.
Especially
Now,
for...
Craig's showing up now, but he's unmuted. Any ideas, Harry, how to get him in on this? Because
I think he's muted himself.
Right,
He's
okay.
So he will eventually come on.
Yeah, you might figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got this Black Isle organic Scotch ale. I bought this back probably last year sometime. I just always have a massive backlog of beers that just sit at the back of the fridge and I don't drink it for ages. But yeah, 6.8%. I used to have quite a lot of beers from Black Isles. When I was first starting my channel out, I got some beers from them, sent down from them, and really enjoyed them. And then I just held off them for a while, went for a trip around Scotland, didn't really see them too much. And then just thought when I was back here, I think I was chatting with James Marshall, and then decided to pick a few of them up. And yeah, my thoughts of their darker beers are awesome. So it smells like I'm not going to enjoy it, but we'll see.
Well, I'm talking to mine anyway. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's surprisingly peaty, like the rest of their beers are. It's actually not too bad for a Scotch ale that I don't like.
Oh, I see what you mean with this, mate.
Is it outstandingly average?
Outstandingly shite. Oh my god. It's flat as a pancake.
It's twig beer.
Yeah.
In stark comparison, I've got that from Northern Monk afterwards.
Well, that's great.
Which just arrived with my other beers, which I got this evening, which I can't talk about. But yeah. I swear my dad...
What's happening, Harry?
My dad must think I'm some sort of illegal beer dealer. The guy just drove up to my house and I paid him 55 quid on the door and I got loads of beers and then, yeah. It's just, my phone's just full of numbers with people just sending me pictures of beers. Yeah.
Black market.
Quality. Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, this other one's a peach and apricot IPA. So it's a collaboration between Northern Monk and this other brewery, which I've never heard of, called the Plant Room. But yeah.
What was that called again, Harry?
It's called the other brewery is called the Plant Room, but it's obviously Northern Monk. Is
okay.
Where good times can be had by all. That was an awesome time.
I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an awesome trip.
Well, just bear with me 2 ticks, guys, because that is going down the sink.
Oh, can we get on?
Good start. Great start.
Oh.
Yeah.
Craig's still on.
Yeah.
On me.
I was thinking about doing like a standalone review with it as well, but I mean, I was wasting my time. It's nah, it's not for me at all. That I'll go on to this one now. I know that's a safe bet beer.
Oh yeah, just said that the other day. Yeah, I mean, I've seen that knocking around loads in Sainsbury's and just didn't think to get it because I think once I find that I see a beer and I see it loads, I just don't bother buying it if I see it all the time.
Yeah, it's like I'll be able to pick it up whenever.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah. And then it
Can
becomes.
you hear us, Craig? Whatever that means, yeah.
It's just some no idea.
No, can't make out that.
Yeah. So I was going to say, why is everyone not at GBBF? Obviously, Peter, you have a reason.
Yeah, no, yeah. Sad thing is, my local bottle shop's closed for like 2 weeks, so I've really got no access aside from like 1 or 2 things to craft, which I'm on a really big craft kick right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose like I am in sort of like fits and peaks, because then I realise, oh, I'm really poor after I buy craft for a bit, and be surprised at being a brewer. What we get paid isn't great, but it means that you just can't buy many craft beers, despite you work in the industry, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, it's. I think I'm trying to go with my channel, like trying to reduce the amount of videos I put out, but improve the quality of the beer I consume, which is difficult to do, I think, really.
Oh, yeah,
well, you don't want to do it in terms of So, what have you thought of, Dean, about that beer?
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I drink quite a lot of it, to be fair. It's a nice, refreshing. It's got the refreshment factor of a lager, but got a bit more about it, obviously, with the IPA side to it. I think it's a lovely beer myself, you know. And Sainsbury's, yeah, it's about a couple of quid a bottle. To me, you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a wow beer, but it's a nice, refreshing beer.
Okay. Have you tried? Is it Camden? They've got their IHL, India Hell's Lager.
Yes, I've tried it. Yeah, I've tried it. I don't think I've reviewed it, but I have tried it because I'm sure I've got a picture of that on Instagram from before I started reviewing. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that probably about 2 years ago now, or maybe last year, I don't know, but that I remember as being like a decent IPA lager hybrid. It was like the nicest one I've had for a while. So I've tried a few recently and just finding it hard to sort of go into the style again, really. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always really had a bit of a soft spot for lagers and pilsners. I wouldn't say it's my favourite style, but I like it, especially when the weather's warm. You know, it's just a perfect beer to have. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Craig is gone due to his lack of microphone situation.
Yeah, I like the hand gestures. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Don't know what the fuck they mean, but.
Yeah, I've sort of grown fond of lagers recently. Well, when I was at uni and things like that, I sort of grew fond of them, because when you see Tivsky being sold 4 cans for £4 and you sort of end up getting hooked on it. And the main reason I was drinking it was just so I could actually taste the difference between craft lagers and crap lagers. And there is a difference. It's marginal, but there's a difference. It's slightly more hoppy and less cardboard based.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I still enjoy my macro beers though. They've got time and a place, which is not very often.
Yeah,
but
I think I might have said to Peter when we were talking last, it's just nice to sort of dip in and out occasionally and buy your sort of easy to get hold of beers, opposed to just, you know, robbing yourself blind on craft beer week in, week out.
Yeah. Which do you find?
Like, being here in Germany, it's like hellers in every supermarket, and then Dunkel, Bock, and all pretty much just a variation on the style. And even though there's so many, there's such a big amount of quality ones. But then you try some where they're just bland as anything. They're not bad, but they're just meh. Well, I don't really like the style.
I I was going to ask one thing though. You know, with your Reinheit, that stupid law they have, the Reinheitsgebot law. Doesn't that have a massive effect on the craft beer scene? I suppose you can't really have two beer.
Well, because I think it's like 500 years this year, so there's been like loads of like mini festivals and celebrations and special events, and I think quite a few of the craft brewers are having their own little anti-Reinheitsgebot sort of festivals where they're brewing more experimental ones and raising awareness for beers outside of it. So you get a lot of people who like them because it means, for the most part, quality, a consistent product.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it halts creativity and experimentation so much. But I'm actually really surprised that how many great German craft beers there are that have had to abide by the Reinheitsgebot. And I don't know, it's like a double-edged sword I've found in the craft beer community here in Germany anyway.
Yeah. Is it like from what I speak to of craft beer people over here, it's just a very much a limiting, archaic law or rule that's in place that then stops small craft brewers from really getting heavily involved. But it's there to preserve. It's like camera, really. It's kind of like a camera ruling. But yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. An institution that's sort of wrapped itself around an industry to sort of control it in some respects, isn't it? Almost.
Yeah.
Oh, this is surprisingly nice for Scotch ale.
But this is going down way too easy for both the style and the ABV actually. So it hits points in that regard.
Yeah, I find it with certain beers, like especially with stouts, imperial stouts, some of them go down far too quickly. Like there was one I had, which was from Almasty Brewing Company, and I can't remember what it was called now, but it was like 12.1% or something like that, imperial stout, and it went down in half an hour, and it was a big bottle as well. I was like, it's not a good sign. Signs of alcoholism, and it's bad. But yeah.
I actually had one on Sunday from another German craft from Schönraumer. I think Simon reviewed it quite a while ago, and I just saw it again in this like little supermarket where they had like just 2 shelves worth of craft stuff, and it was like €2.50, and I'm like, an imperial stout for $2.50. It's either going to be, pretty okay or a bargain. And I just drank it. Great beer, but it just went down just so easy. I mean, it's at 9%, and you just did not detect any alcohol aside from a little bit of warmth as it went down.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy.
Oh, I love beers like that. Like when I've been having the had recently the Cloudwater double IPA was the version 4 and 5. And I had them, and it was like, despite them being 9%, they just drink so easily, and they're just like drinking. Did you have it, Dean? Was it version 3 when we went?
Yes, we did have that.
The version 3, just like version 3, and they just go down like grapefruit juice or something like that, more easier than grapefruit juice. They're so fruity, it's so easy to drink.
That's Unhuman Cannonball. I think that was exactly the same as well. It was just because that's quite a high ABV beer, isn't it?
Was Unhuman like 11 point something?
I think it was, yeah.
11.3.
And that drank like a low ABV beer, didn't it? Really, from what I can remember. I mean, it's a bit cloudy, but.
Losing you in McDonald's. That's funny.
I tell you what, I don't know how the hell I got back to the hotel.
Neither do I. We were calling you various different means, like Facebook calling, trying to find you any which way. No.
Yeah. I'm surprised I had my phone on me still.
Just turned around and you were gone.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I think it just got to the point where I was just completely caned out my head, and you know, it just happened, didn't it?
With another run at the target
Still, it was
soon.
a good day, wasn't it?
It was. It's just, I'd love to organise something like that for. Obviously, I don't have this sort of pulling power like Simon and Rob would do. But it's just, I'd love to organise some crazy drinking session like that, because it was just, the beers that they had on were unbelievable smackaroonies of IPAs, double IPAs and triple IPAs. It would just be chaos. It was just chaos. It was just like the beer selection. There was nothing below 5%. It's not one for camera people.
Hats off to Stuart for giving us that guided tour as well, because he took us around a few pubs prior to us going to the brewery.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I mean, I know a couple of the places we went. Obviously, I think it was like, it definitely got us ready for it, got us ready and up for going to them. Well and truly ready, you know, a quick ale trail first.
We were well primed, weren't we?
Well and truly. Yeah. Oh, that was funny.
I know Simon said to me on that event that he wants to do something again for next year and try and keep doing it where he can get, you know, a big group of beer tubers together in one place, which I think would be cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, definitely. I'm considering doing Poland next year. Not with Simon, but I was actually considering doing it for my brewery, or the brewery I work for. We're trying to get into the foreign markets, because I know even though we're only just in Birmingham already, we're just getting pubs around Birmingham. We're just like, we've got our own pub coming up, so we're going to have our own tap house soon, eventually, and then I know we want to go into Spain as well. So we're just sort of like, I'm testing the waters, looking at different beer festivals I can visit, and perhaps take I go on work when work trips and enjoy beer places. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to do Poland, because that just seems really interesting with the beers that they've got there, and it's really not that well reported out here. I mean, I've done some.
No, I only really see Simon, his beer reviews of the Polish stuff. I'm not really seeing anyone else posting stuff with regards to the craft.
Get hold of them as well. You have to actually. I know Simon gets them. There's beerdeluxe.de is one of the places he gets them. So it's obviously a German website. But then there's like some. There's a Polish site he actually gets them from, and they send them over to him. I don't know whether he gets them for free or anything, but.
Brauer Pinter, isn't it?
That's it, yeah. Is it them who've got the online site? So, some company out there's got an online site where you can just get awesome Polish craft beer sent over. Yeah. It's so much cheaper than craft beer here as well. So much cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I've heard him mention Brauer Pinter quite a few times, because he wears that T-shirt, doesn't he? Kingpin Beer or something it is.
And Dr. Brew, is it Dr. Brew or something like that? I can't remember.
Brew,
yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting now, craft beers across Europe, because I've tried this evening. I've had in fact, I'll grab the bottle. It's a Hungarian beer, and you might laugh at the bottle design a little bit.
Okay.
It's I believe it's a BrewDog piss take. It's from. It's I'll put it around that way.
That is amazing.
Anyway. It's called Ksupor Barking Dog. Money Talks, Dog Barks, and it's a bit. And I picked this up from Cotteridge Wines, I think it was. It's past its best, but it was such an awesome beer. I think it's just a kick at BrewDog really. But I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I saw that on the shelves, I'd want to pick it up just for the sake of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sort of trying to imitate a really good brewery, you know, label-wise.
Yeah, it's Hungarian craft beer. That's where you need to look. Hungarian craft beer. The scene is apparently.
I mean, there's hidden gems all over the world. I should imagine there's breweries all over the shop.
Mm-hmm.
I think
it's just a case.
There is a brewery in like China which is the rip-off of BrewDog, but it's called like Brew Cat or something like that.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
There was even the Scottish one, which was Brewmeister, and when you read their marketing, it's exactly the same the way that BrewDog used to be before they got all, money orientated.
Yeah.
And they brewed some fucking awful beers, to be honest. I did review a couple of them, which was they had the world's strongest beer, which was actually just, I think the ABV was bumped up with like ethanol or something like that. It was
God, sounds lovely.
Yeah, 67.5%.
Wow.
Nah, bit too rich for me that.
It's like drinking poison. It was awful. It was awful.
Next on your channel then?
Well, I've uploaded a week's worth of videos, and I can't remember what the hell I've got coming up actually. Although I've got an interesting beer from Estonia, from I can never pronounce it, the Poyala Brewery or something like that.
Is that
really, yeah. And I've got the it's the grapefruit version of the vermalized IPA, which was really, really nice. Just such an intense, actual grapefruit flavour. And I mean, I think I paid like about €4 or €5 for it. And to try it once, I'm have to pay for that one. But other beers that I've got coming up, pretty much just beer reviews from my old channel, really. Trying to get a lot of them out of the way. So, well, yeah, the next beer that I'm going to be drinking is the Weihenstephaner Vitus, which, for the first time, I had the Weihenstephaner Hefeweiss beer like a few days ago. I've been here for like about 5 years, never had a Weihenstephaner beer, even though I know they're like so highly regarded in the style. And even though I don't really like...
Hey,
right, Craig?
How you doing, Craig?
Right, all good. I've done it on my phone, I was on my laptop, the bloody thing. So I thought I'd try and do it on my mobile, and it works, so hello.
Nice one.
Cool.
Cheers.
But, yeah, the Weihenstephaner Hefeweiss beer, I don't like wheat beers. There's just something about them, they just don't sit right with me. But I drank that, and I thought that was absolutely gorgeous. And I've heard that this, like, Weizenbock that they do is even nicer. So, looking forward to seeing what that's like.
I actually had a Weihenstephaner at the weekend with a barbecue, and it was a beautiful beer.
Mm-hmm.
The brewery I've sort of like avoided. I mean, German beers are not really what I look for. The first thing I go for. But I'd imagine worked at Schneiderweiss for some time, and I mean, ever since then I started just trying a few more Schneiderweiss beers. But Weihenstephaner, I've seen their beers from them before, but yeah, I haven't really tried them.
Yeah, I've just heard so many people saying that that was one of their favourite wheat beers, and I'm like, I might as well try it. I can get it cheap from the supermarket. So I gave it a go. Not expected to be blown away by it, but I was very pleasantly surprised. Okay. But if I go for wheat beers on a more regular basis, I always go for Schneiderweiss because I like what they do to the style. I like when they add the hops, and age, and I think they do some really exciting things with what I think is, at the right time, it's a wheat beer is absolutely perfect. Even though I can't really drink it in summer, because I find them really quite heavy actually, so I can't drink too many. But then Schneider Weisse, like Hoffman Weisse, Aventinus, just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Schneider Weisse. I'm a big fan of their beers. I think they make some. I mean, that Tapex quality stuff.
Their Aventinus Eisbock is one that sits in the memory of just being unbelievably special. They've got, I think they've got like Aventinus and then an Eisbock as well.
Yeah, I was actually going to pick up the Eisbock today, but I was like, I'm going to save that one because I want to do a. Yeah.
Yes. Good.
Pretty good actually. Yeah, I wanted to save it because I want to buy the regular Aventinus and then do a video comparing it to the Eisbock.
Yeah.
So,
I sort of wish I'd done that, to be honest, because I didn't know there was like a normal one, and I just bought like the main one first, and then I was like, this is awesome. And then my friend who was working at the brewery at the time just brought me back the bottle, and then we went to a pub, which I'll take you to, Dean, where we had all the Schneider Weisse beers on tap, and we're just trying them all. And yeah, that's where the main one.
Nice. Never had a Schneider Weisse.
What are you drinking, Craig?
Sorry?
What are you drinking tonight then, Craig?
I've just had a traditional kind of ale, first one, Ringwood Brewery, the 49er.
Oh
so
God,
I like that.
I still like. Yeah, it's all right. It's not too bad. I started off with all these beers, so it's kind of I still like to every now and again just you know, rather than be all kind of high end stuff. And I've gone on to Alpine Beer Company Hoppy Birthday.
Nice.
That's interesting.
And then I've got Yeasty Boys, the Earl Grey IPA next, and then I've got Keys Pink Grapefruit IPA. I had it a year ago today at the British Beer Festival last year on this day, but I didn't go this year. I've just got back from London as well. I had so many good beers up there, so I was quite happy with and I bought a few beers home, so you know. Just, I just want to do like a few more kind of craft kind of stuff rather than the camera kind of gear. So yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
I think that's what it's all about, though, isn't it? Just sort of mixing it up a bit, you know, trying a bit. Yeah.
Sure.
Dabbling in and out. Because, like, I remember, I think I was probably speaking to you, Dean, about this. Like, some people with their channels, they just go all up for just all craft, and then, you know, they probably produce less videos because they're a lot poorer at the end of things. But then some people will just like doing, you know, dabbling in and out, doing, you know, real ale, craft beer, macro shit. And, you know, that's what I enjoy, you know, have a little go at everything. No macro?
No. Sorry.
I know, because you review a lot of Polish beers, don't you, Harry? And you got me dabbling down that sort of angle of it as well, because I've done a few. I think I've only got a couple that are uploaded, but I've done a few, and yeah, it's just a nice avenue to go down, and just it's something different, isn't it? That's how I see it.
I mean, the big thing I find is, from what I've had of lagers, actually, especially from the macro scene, is that there's a big sort of east-west divide in terms of how it tastes. Like an Eastern European lager seems to be a lot more honey and bready and biscuity, even more so than something like Beck's, Beck's is, I suppose, is bready, biscuity, yet grassy. These are, you know, the Eastern European beers are honey, bready, biscuity, maybe even caramel. So they're almost like, though they still have that metallic taste, they are almost pushing at times what a real ale or a real, if there's such a thing, a real lager sort of would taste like. But Yeah, it's interesting to try them. I think I've had the Polish range. I've had a good few of them. I've had Tivsky, the one that's Tatra, which is sponsored by Indiana Jones, and then
myself, yeah,
and, yeah, a whole load which I can't pronounce. Yeah.
I'll take my hat off to you.
Well, thank you.
I reviewed I don't know if you've done it, Harry. Is it Perla?
Oh yeah, Perla.
Black can. Oh, that was vile stuff.
I had the Perla Schmierlova, which may have been a green can. Perla Mochne, which you had.
That's the one I had.
Yeah, that will be awful.
Yeah. At first, I haven't uploaded it yet. I was a bit hesitant with it. I opened it, I poured it, and I had a couple of sips from it, and it was quite nice. And then I tipped the rest of it in, and it went just metallically, just like that. The alcohol was there, you know. I ended up slinging it over my shoulder because I was out in the garden, but I haven't actually uploaded that yet. I need to do
that. I think the thing about having, so you can actually taste the alcohol is that you know exactly what you're drinking. Some really horrible shit at the end of it. Yes, I think I had the Mockney from. You'll probably, if you go anywhere near like a homeless area, you will see this. It's what is it now? It's Karpaki. Karpaki do a Mockney, and I think Simon Martin's done the review of the normal one, and I had the Mockney version, and it came in at like 9%, and it was bad. It was really bad. Would not mess with it.
The disappointing one, when you get one of, you think it's going to be, then.
especially at 9%, it's going to be good.
Yeah, exactly.
9%.
You generally. Yeah.
And it's £1.10. You know it's going to be good, but obviously not.
No. But this is really nice. I really do like that. It's quite pleasant. I still
if ever I just want a jovial pick-me-up, I always watch Simon's video of that fucking hell that he did. I mean, that just cracks me up. Even to this day, I've watched it loads of times, and it's just quality video. I love it.
It's good. It's going down well.
No, that beer you've got, Craig. Where'd you pick that up from?
I picked it up about a month ago at the bottle shop in Bermondsey.
Okay. It's just I remember seeing it,
and I got the.
I remember seeing it about a year ago, and done by the Americans. So it's just interesting how it's made its way over here so quickly. But yeah.
I had the is it the hoppiness as well? I had that about a few months ago. I've done a review. I prefer that to this. It's still very good, but it's got a bit more malts in it. It's a lot more juicier than this one. I know Rob Derbyshire prefers that to the hoppiness, but it's a good brewery. So yeah, it was just one of them. I got 6 bottles, and I've been away for a couple of times. My fridge is going a little bit. I need to get some drink down me. So
my fridge never gets to that state. I always have at least 20 bottles.
It went really low, and I was like, oh my god, and then I just thought, right, okay, I've got a few, and then it's almost like just buying beer just for the sake of buying beer. It's just like, oh, I'll have that, and sometimes. A couple of months ago, I was literally drone bone dry, so it's like, oh, what am I going to do? And but yeah, it's all right. It's nice.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about this Cloudwater thing? Then let's get onto it.
Cloudwater. Which Cloudwater?
I was watching earlier, so anyway. Do you think they're producing their double IPAs too often?
I was going to go down this line of things because I was on a UK CBF. I was going to say like we're going to start getting to like double IPA version, 34 or something by next year.
Yeah.
Because it used to be quite slowly that they were doing it, and it's just getting quicker and quicker.
Yeah.
And the fact that they started doing two at each release.
The last two, and it's like now another two, and it's like, which I don't mind, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's just that they're world class. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't.
I believe the next release they're only doing it in one. It's only going to be one, so
just 1 week.
Just well, yeah, probably. I think they're just doing when they do Deep at 8, they're just doing the one and releasing just one, and then I think they're having like they're basically trying to get feedback from all the people that drink it. And they're trying to get this feedback sent into them, which will probably prolong the the amount of time before they actually get another beer produced. So I think we're going to see probably a little bit of a longer gap between 8 and 9, but you never know. But probably could be like.
I don't mind getting them, but it's kind of when it gets to 5 weeks and then another 2, and it's like, is this the trend? Is this the way it's going to continue, or are they going to just get to a point where? I mean, I know Simon Martin touched on it on the 4 and 5 review he done. He was a little bit, it's fair enough. They're great beers, but
I think it's
a point where they know everything.
It could also be an excuse that they're having to do it because they're probably reaching capacity. And they're just selling their beers so quickly because there's such high demand that they're going to have to keep releasing new ones. I suppose it will cover them for a short term before they actually increase their capacity. Because of what I understand of their brewery, it's actually quite small. I don't know how many fermenters they've got, but I was informed it's a 15-barrel brewery. And the brewery kit that I work on, which is quite small, it's large. It's large for some craft breweries, but we only work on a 10-barrel plant. But then we only have one fermenter. But I presume I think Cloudwater have got a fair few fermenters, but still for the popularity and things like that, considerably more popular than the brewery I work for. The amount of beers they're putting out, literally, I think it's fair enough that they do sort of have this high amount of double IPA that they're producing. I think it's sort of fair in one way, but.
Sure.
It's interesting to see that they're constantly having different recipes as well, which is odd because you'd think you've nailed it in a bud with a double IPA 3. That was awesome. That was probably the best beer I drank ever, and then 4 and 5 was still great as well. It's just they keep changing it, keep trying to get even more better, and I think. To a certain extent, I think it was 4 or 5. I can't remember which one to say. I think it was 4 actually. I didn't think it was quite as good as 3.
No, I prefer. Yeah, out of all the 5 so far, personally, I think 3 and 5. That's just me though.
Yeah,
the blend was nice. It was a nice kind of in between the two, if that makes sense. And they're going into canning, of course, in October. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's great. That is.
Yeah.
So but it's just kind. I know they're going to be increasing their capacity as well. They're getting a load of new. Well, they're just increasing. But so with that in mind, would they be branching out into a core range? Don't know.
I don't think they'd go down that line because I was watching a video the other day about just talking to their brewer. I think it was on the Craft Beer channel, in fact. They were just talking to the brewer. And I think in there, he was just basically saying, oh, no, we just make seasonal beer. We're not interested in doing a core range. We're just doing seasonal beer, that's it. And I quite like it because I wish we could brew like that.
Yeah.
The only thing that I suppose it eliminates is that you're going to have to get that quality time and time again. It sort of takes some stress out of it, really, out of brewing, is, you know, getting that repetitiveness, getting that quality every single time, getting the beer exactly the same every single time. I quite like the fact that they just brew random brews, and you know,
I agree.
if you miss it, it's gone.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a nice concept.
Mm.
There's something refreshing about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though I've yet to even get my hands on just one Cloudwater beer, because I don't even think they really do export outside of the UK, do they?
I don't think they do. I mean,
you could try beer, couldn't you?
It's always stupidly priced on there, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, you have to buy quite a lot as well for
I don't
one
think
brewery.
it's so much stupidly priced. You've got to buy.
Like bulk up your order. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have to consider as well that Cloudwater beer is actually quite cheap. It's relatively cheap. I mean, for what I paid of the new double IPAs, they were £4.50 a bottle. I paid, which is pretty damn decent. I mean, and their normal core range should cost you something like £2.20, but I know a lot of places will be, you know, bumping that price up. And even when you get, as you saw, Dean, yourself, when we were in the cask and keg prices was just, you know, pretty low as well.
Oh yeah.
The only time I've seen their beers actually was last time I was back in England. I was in Manchester. I went to Beermoth, and they had I think they had a brown ale and a Berliner Weiss in stock.
Oh, yeah.
And I wasn't really in the mood for any of them because it was around that time when Double IPA 2 had come out, and there was such a big buzz about it. And I was like, I might be able to pick myself up a bottle. And even though I wasn't really in the mood for them, from what I saw for the price wise, I think it was like £2.50 to £3 for each one. So it's not too bad considering, like I said, it is like more of an experimental, seasonal sort of brewery where you only get pretty much one opportunity to try a specific beer, and then
just got to go and get a beer, guys. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, okay.
No problems. So yeah, I wish I'd have picked them up now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, but it's like with the double IPA stuff now, that was what was really bugging me about not being able to pick the Cloudwater beers, was the double IPA beers that they were doing. But now they're producing so many, and they'll probably continue to do so. It's like I really want to try these beers. I want to try as many beers as I can, but I'm not as annoyed by it now. But, yeah.
I got to that stage a bit with Beavertown stuff because I missed out on the first batch of Bloody Hell. I managed to get hold of a can on the last lot, and I mean, it was all right. I wasn't bowled over by it. It was all right, but there was like a spate where Beavertown stuff was just completely. It was coming in on beer merchants, and then it was just disappearing within like a day.
Was that when they released their Jekyll and Hyde?
Yeah.
When that came, that just went straight off. I remember just my local bottle shop had back at the time in Brewcavern. He said, literally, I think it was 12 o'clock or something. He said, "Oh, we've got some." I was like, "I'll run down to the shop now and see if they got any." I got the last box, and it was within an hour. Within an hour, that everything had gone. And I think he didn't even have them on on view. He just had them behind the counter, and people just running down there just asking. But yeah, it is a bit crazy when they have these, you know, temporary releases or special editions. Everyone just goes mental for them, and it also does add a bit to, I find, to people what people rate them. They just go, you know, because it's so exclusive, let's just give it an extra star Untapped or something like that, more than it deserves sometimes. Which probably adds sometimes
when Gamma first came out.
What was that, sorry?
Yeah, when they first brought Gamma Ray out. I mean, people were just going absolutely ballistic over that, and I mean, it's steadied itself off now, and it's, you know, you can pretty much buy that anywhere, and it's never out of stock. But I know when it was first launched, I think it was bottle form then. People, it was just vanishing, you know, instantly.
It was just like you could never get it for a while. I could get it here.
Yeah.
Even at the bottle shop in Canterbury, which is about 15 miles away from me, you just couldn't get it. It was always, oh, it's gone. And now it's just like go down the road and have one of them or whatever many you want. It's crazy. Although I think since that beer came out, my palate has even changed even more with all the other craft beers that are around now. It's not got that kind of same thing going for it. It's still a brilliant beer, session beer, but it hasn't got that wow factor for me anymore anyway. Because I think over time your palate just changes. I don't think the recipe has. I think it's just kind of me, you know. But anyway, cheers.
Cheers. So I wish I could say the same about Punk IPA. The recipe has changed.
Yeah.
Wasn't
I don't think I drank it that much before it changed, so I really got no point of reference.
I just remember it being so much more fruity. Also, when I tried it, I think it was a higher ABV version than what it is now. I think whatever it is now, it used to be. Is it 5.9 and it's now 5.2 or something like that? I don't know what it was.
Right.
And there was even more flavour back when it first started. Yeah.
Wasn't it more cloudier as well?
I don't remember because I probably just drink it from the bottle most of the time. But yeah, straight from the bottle. A classy gentleman.
Have you tried any of the live beers yet?
Yep.
Is there like a vast difference in quality with it?
It's a little bit. The temperature's a little bit warmer. I think personally, I had it in Brewdog, the Dead Pony Club live. I done a comparison earlier in the last week.
Okay.
I've done a little review thing, and I'll probably be out next week. But it's okay, but I still prefer the keg version of it. It's more, as Rob says before, he said it fills in the gaps and fills in the holes. But yeah, I kind of get what he means by it. It's a lot more smoother. It's just a slightly bit warmer. It's almost like a kind of hybrid kind of. It's got a bit of both kind of thing. It's quite. I think it's one of them beers you have to try for yourself. I think.
Yeah. Because Dead Pony Club's probably my favourite Brewdog beer. So next time in Manchester or something, definitely have to try it.
Sure.
Have they got 5 AM or whatever it's called, Saint now, on the live as well?
I haven't heard that, but they may well do. They didn't have it on. I went to Brewdog Camden because it's only just down the road from my partner's family, so it's quite handy, really. So just pop in there and see what's going on. And
okay. Yeah, it just seems like the most likely one that they'd put on, you know, for that. But that was another beer that used to be much more flavourful, than it is now. It just tastes thin now. It really does. But yeah, less Brewdog hate.
I still have got a lot of time for Brewdog. Still got a lot of time for Brewdog.
Yeah.
But I don't like the Brewdog prices that I pay here in Germany though. Like €6 for Riptide. No, I'll wait till I'm back in England. I don't need to spend €6 on Riptide.
They're as expensive over here.
Yeah, I was about to say that. They're pretty pricey.
Really? Yeah.
You know,
what do they have in the supermarkets right now?
Yeah, a lot cheaper.
Punk cans. We've got cans of everything. Like cans of Punk, Dead Pony, and Kingpin. which I'd love to try.
Yeah.
And then they've got the big.
Morrison's the best bet.
What's that?
Morrison's are the best bet, I think, for BrewDog beer. Like, I mean, Tesco, you can get. They do 5 a.m. Punk in the bomber version and the 330 ml. But Morrison's, they had Jet Blackheart, Vagabond, Punk, both sizes, and in cans.
I think I've seen
the one near me anyway.
Sainsbury's got that Libertine Black Ale as well. They had a couple of bottles of it, and that was it. But,
I think I picked up an Albi's juice from the Morrison's as well in a can. That's a nice beer. I really enjoyed that.
Good beer, yeah. Sure.
That's awesome in a can. Awesome in a can.
Yeah, and I know Peter he likes the Jet Black Heart. That's a phenomenal beer as well.
Yeah. It's a really, really smooth, that beer. Really kind of mouthfeel is like really good. They do some nice stuff, but I done a live Periscope when I was in BrewDog, and I'd had a few beers, and I was chatting to a guy who follows me. He's quite, nice guy. Yeah, cool. And that's 2 of them gone. No, and I was just chatting about BrewDog stuff, and they do a lot of their kind of core range, but they don't do any kind of like new kind of adventurous kind of style beers. It's all quite safe, if that makes sense.
Yeah, just variations on what they already do, pretty much.
Yeah, well, they bring new beers back, and please vote, and I don't know. I mean, they're obviously doing very well, so something's working there somewhere.
Yeah,
but BrewDog bars
all that BrewDog
are very expensive.
That's been in my fridge for quite a while. I thought I'll open it up.
I had that the other day, Dean.
Is it alright?
If you can imagine a kind of multi-hoppy Rolo, that's it.
Sounds good.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, isn't this
it's almost got,
it's got a lot the replacement for Tesco Finest IPA that BrewDog did for them?
I've heard that, and I've done a review of it, and I'll be posting it probably on Friday, probably. I quite enjoyed it, though. Look at the colour of it, though.
Yeah.
9.2%.
That's it.
Nice. Yep. I'm on.
I mean, I say every BrewDog beer that I review, I say it's got that distinct BrewDog whiff, and they all are.
BrewDog smell.
Yeah.
It's that kind of malt, isn't it? It's that classic.
Yes.
Kind of. You just know. It's nice though. It's a nice beer.
Yeah, a well-made beer.
For £2.9p, that's quite a bargain, really. For the amount of hops and malts and stuff, a 9.2% beer, and it's not too bad. It's got a massive IBU count, that beer, Dean.
You taste it, don't you? You taste the alcohol in it.
What's that, hardcore?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of keg to it.
Mr. President.
It's Mr. Donald Trump.
Okay.
We're going to build a wall.
It's a bit bad.
I can't see that go through planning permission would just be a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's got no hope, has he, that bloke?
It's
something inside
the world's gone. The world's mad. The world's gone mad.
This is fucking awesome. This is awesome.
That's the collab beer that you were on about.
Yeah, the collab between Northern Monk and the Plant Room. it's the flocculate in that glass is amazing. It's so lumpy. Yeah, it's really nice. It's like apricot and peaches. There's even like grapefruit in there. That's awesome. Definitely recommend it. I'll see how much it cost me. It wasn't too expensive even for a big bottle.
What is it? $7.50?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No, $6.60.
Okay.
Oh dear. Excuse me.
£6. Yeah, so not too bad. £6 for a big bowl.
What's the was it a 650, Harry?
Yeah, it's a 660ml.
Right.
6% ABV. Yeah, peach and apricot IPA.
It's not too bad, is it? Really?
It's not bad at all. There's even a collab beer as well. You'd expect the price to go up a little bit more. That'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this bit, the first one that I ditched, being an apricot wheat beer. Yeah, that didn't work at all for me. But this Mr. President, I'm very impressed with it actually. I quite like it. It's been sitting in my fridge for a while now.
Where'd you get that from?
Morrison's.
Okay.
That's all right. That's good. They shut up bloody local Morrison's. I've got none near me now, so.
Do I?
Yeah, we don't normally go in there, and we just popped in there one day, and I was completely taken back by the amount of, shall we say, different beer that they had in there. Harbour in cans, loads of Brewdog stuff. There was, the usual Sierra Nevada, all that. But it's just nice to see it on supermarket shelves.
Yeah, I go to an M&S when I'm in London in Brixton, and this was about a month ago, and I was gobsmacked by how much proper decent craft beer there was. They had like Yeasty Boys, Digital IPA, and and then you buy 6 bottles or cans, and you get like 25% off.
Yeah.
Crazy. I haven't been. The last time I went to my local M&S, it was just nothing like that. But then it's London, so that probably has a bit to do with it.
I think like different M&S in
sorry,
like the big M&Ss. Sorry. Yeah. The big locations. I know there's the one up in York. I was surprised with the quality beer in that one near me in Tamworth. That's got real decent quality. But you'll also see local breweries as well as obviously the craft beers. Like I obviously see plenty of Sadlers up here. There's Sadlers in almost every single M&S around here. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah, fantastic brewery, Sadler's. Very underrated, I think.
Yeah.
I get they done a series with Aldi, Sadler's 1 or 2. So I wouldn't go buy them beers against how good the brewery is, because they're £1, like £1.09p a bottle. So you kind of get what you pay for, I think, when you get to that kind of. If you're on a budget, it's fantastic. 1 or 2 of them are really good. Do you know what I mean? Though I'd have to have 1 or 2 of them sort of core range beers to form an opinion of the brewery, if you know what I mean.
I did not know they did some beers with Aldi. Didn't know they did beers with Aldi. I mean, I know the sales guy, Ian, really, really well actually. I didn't know they did beers with Aldi at all. So I know they've got all sorts of funny contracts all over the place, like with B&M and to get your beers into B&M. I don't know how it works, how they work out getting profit. they've got to be producing an awful lot of beer to be able to get any profit from B&M.
But cheap.
I don't. I mean, it's probably down to what ingredients are involved, I'd guess, to mass produce it for a supermarket as well. I would guess how you're in the kind of industry, so.
I think they probably get their malts from a different place, but generally comes from Charles Farram. I believe they get theirs from the same place as what we do. Whether there's, because they're ordering more, there might be bigger discounts. I think their brew kit's bigger system than bigger system what I work on. So they probably do get discounts. It probably does work out a little bit cheaper than what I might be paying. But yeah, I don't know their production rates at all. I'd have to speak to the guys about it and see exactly how they do it. But yeah.
It's got to be a pretty big setup, hasn't it, for the amount of beers that they're spewing into
they called it
the
yeah, there's about 5 or 6 different breweries in with the Aldi kind of the Great British Beer Hunt or something like that. They've got the little cap on top for Aldi, and some of them, there's 1 or 2 that are really good for the price as well. You take that into account, you think, wow, that's like really good. But I think most of them they're probably more for the transitional kind of beer drinker, if that makes sense. Not too bitter, not too massive malts as well. I think so. I mean, they're selling them as well. So if it encourages people to drink real ale and craft beer, that's great.
The more people off the macro shit, the better.
Yeah, amen to that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah. It almost turns my stomach when I go into a supermarket and you see these like case offers, Carlsberg, Foster's.
Foster's.
Well, it's like bloody 80 cans.
Yeah.
80 cans for bloody 20 quid or something stupid.
I wish they did that with case cider. I wish they did it. Case cider, I wish they did like a multi-pack special.
Yeah.
It would save so much money trying to do these crazy videos.
It's normally like a wedding. You go to a wedding or something, you think, oh my god, what am I going to end up drinking today? Or something like that, or you go to a mate's barbecue and, hey, have a beer. I'm like, cheers. Do you know what I mean? Though? It's about being nasty.
You bastard.
You'll drink. That's the only time I can't drink that kind of beer. Or have a cup of tea.
I think the last wedding I went to, they had Guinness on tap and it was awful. It was warm. It was garbage. Kronenberg, and they had bottles of Marston's. I forget which one it was now. It was just, pretty poor.
Probably Kronenberg then.
Any Marston's is poor.
Yeah.
And another thing,
I see a new one today on the shelves. Old Summit.
Old Roger.
That's the one.
7.4% Old Country Ale or something like that. It's fucking awful. I live in Marston's. I think I may have reviewed it some time ago, and it's nice. No, it's horrible. No, it's not great. I think the best I've had out of Marston's, though it is Witchwood, was their Firecatcher. It was probably the best out of a bad bunch, and it was surprisingly drinkable. It's only like 3.8% or something like that. Yeah. And it was really flavorful.
It's not. I didn't know the Rum Brewery was under Marston's.
Yeah, it is. You can pick that up in Marston's. Their boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think even they have Jennings as well. There's another one of their breweries they got under their line. They've got quite a lot, and they just don't really tell anyone about it. And where it says that they brew in Wolverhampton, I'm fairly sure they don't.
No.
I'm pretty sure all of it's done in Burton.
It's
a massive setup.
Mm. Mm.
But no, it's just I don't know how many umbrellas, how many beers they've got under their kind of Marston's umbrella, brewery-wise. I mean, that's 2 I've seen now. There could be a lot more. Just until I get to try them again, just don't know.
If anyone's ever tried Toby Bitter, that's one I started sessioning at a wedding recently myself, and that's all those Toby beers are also underneath the Marston's wing. I think there's not too many. I think there's probably only about 6 or 8 or something like that. They're actually underneath, but they're all big ones, and they don't really say it. Banks's do beer. Banks do bitter and they're mild. They're under their Marston's as well. And what other ones there are? There's a few though. There's a few.
It's a bit like that with Green King, haven't they? They've got like a big umbrella as well.
Banks is bitter.
Oh, you got Banks's?
Yeah, it's in the fridge. It's still looking at me. I'm like,
eventually.
Which one is it?
Going around it.
Eventually.
I'll get it. Yeah, that will go out of date. It might taste better.
Bottle age.
Bit harsh, sorry.
But yeah, what you're saying, Dean, about Green King. They have a lot of beers, don't they? They've got a lot of beers under their wing.
Yeah, the guys across the pond, they were doing a hangout. I think it was last week, and Rod, who was doing the hosting on it, he had a Belhaven beer, which is part of the Green King setup.
Mm.
Alright, I didn't know that.
I deliver to our beers. We go into a lot of Green King pubs, and you'll be surprised with their range that they've got. It's interesting to see that people are just so used to just drinking really average beers, and will just be happy with drinking average beers. Like they've got the Old Moorland, that's got Speckles Hen and things like that under it. Then there's the standard Green King IPA, which everyone loves. And
I really do enjoy Green King IPA actually. There's just something about it. It's probably full of E numbers, but I really enjoy it.
We've at the brewery we buy our drain because we've got a farm drain, and it's basically where all the beer and any old rubbish just goes straight in it. We've got a Green King pump clip sitting by it. It's just everything is there. But yeah, we're delivering to Green King pubs, and we're outselling in certain pubs we outsell our own beers with. It's not hard to, but the amount that people get through Green King is quite worrying in my local area.
It's ridiculous.
It's big.
But we've got a Hungry Horse pub, and they serve Green King IPA, and I had 1 pint of it last year, and I've not had one since.
It's not even an IPA.
Shocking.
It's not an IPA. It's like a bitter. It's like a glorified
bitter. Like
bitter.
An IPA.
It just reminds me of lemon juice, a really bitter alcoholic lemon juice. But I don't know. There's something about it that I really like.
IPAs.
I feel for you.
but I had a German IPA, a German craft IPA a couple of weeks ago, and it tasted identical to Green King IPA. And that's probably going to put a lot of people off. I actually quite enjoyed it because it did.
Yeah, each to your own and all that.
Everyone has their guilty pleasure.
Yeah. But then again, I absolutely love Hobgoblin, so...
Mine used to be Bass many moons ago, but that's appalling now.
It's changed though. The recipe has changed. Have to be honest.
What's that? What's changed?
They've run it into the ground, I think, because I mean, from where I'm in Stafford, it was everywhere, and you couldn't go in a boozer and not have a pint of Bass, and it was good stuff, but
Bass.
It's just bloody. I mean, I bought a bottle from Asda. I think it was £1 a bottle, and it was absolutely crap. It was watery. There was nothing going on with it whatsoever.
I used to like Bass years ago.
It used to be a good pint.
Yeah.
But then there was nothing to compare it to then, was there? That's the thing.
That's probably true, to be honest. So I know whenever I do a review and try and feed my dad something, he's like, "Oh, that's awful." It's like, especially when I'm trying to feed him like candy on something. It's like, "Oh, that's disgusting." I was like, "Dad, but Bass was awesome for you. How can this be terrible?" Yeah, it's just what people get used to as well. Just get used to drinking shit.
That's a bit of a kind of deep end.
It is, yeah.
That's all it is.
It is like the other end.
Bad beer. It's just where you are with it.
Cantillon beers. Oh man, I had my first one the other day. They're just another level. If you've had like fruit beers, like who's a one that does a framboise, Lindeman's or something like that. Lindemann, they're nice and they're very sweet. The Lindemann beers, but when you have something like Cantillon, it's just a whole new level. It's just so much depth of flavour and difference in completely different to what you get in like a normal sweet fruit beer. This is just, it was so bitter, pithy, despite what it looked like. It was just completely different.
Never had a Cantillon, but I will eventually. It's a nightmare being a beer drinker these days. In a good way. You just never get round. It's just this and that. I'm trying to drink this.
Yeah. Spoiled by choice, big time.
Oh, it's horrendously good.
So I'd say if you ever see a Cantillon beer out, worth shelling out about £20 for one bottle, if you get a big one. But I mean, I only bought a little one because I knew I was just going to drink it on my own, and it was just awesome for a little one. I think it was like £6 I paid for a little one. I was like, should I, shouldn't I? But it's just, honestly, it's worth it. If you've ever seen anything out, definitely buy that one.
I think they've got some of their stuff in Beer Gonzo, Harry.
I checked the other day, they've sold out of everything. Everything's gone.
Oh, yeah. Right, okay.
Yeah. I think...
that's when you know.
Is it... Optimism's got some. He's got one left from Cantillon.
It's always worth subscribing to Twitter accounts of kind of Ales by Mail, a whole lot of them. Just subscribe to them, and if they got something new, bang, get in there that you want. Yeah. Otherwise, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, I found that with when KBS first came out, I was a bit sort of slow out the blocks to get into that because Beer Gonzo got loads of it in, but I just couldn't I couldn't get hold of any.
Right.
I really wanted to try that beer as well.
I think this year beers of Europe have had a steady supply.
Okay. I know Beer House.
I don't know.
Anyone knows Beer House is they had it and I bought it this year's edition.
Right.
And that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was recent. Yeah.
Personally, I think this year's edition is better than last year. Last year I got 4 bottles from Beer House. That was thanks to I can't bloody remember his name now. Kevin Black. He messaged me. I was like, cheers for that. I think that was last year was the first time it came into the UK, I believe. but I had one. I done a vertical kind of review with last year's and this year's, and this year's was awesome. Although last year's was better now than it was last year, if that makes sense. So God knows what this year's version will be like, aged for a year. I know it's got coffee and stuff that might fade a bit, but I think it improved last year's version. It's a lot more smoother, kind of. It just come together very well.
Yeah, I don't think you can get KBS at all here in Germany, to be honest.
Okay.
I think
I'm sure you will sooner or later.
Also, we get Lion Nevada, so you get quite a bit of the Firestone Walker, which you can get really cheap actually. But yeah, the KBS, I've wanted to try that beer for such a long time, but no way of getting it here from what I've seen on the websites and various shops.
I never thought I'd ever get to try a KBS.
Mm-hmm.
And then last year, really?
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll get it. You'll get it one day.
Probably. I mean, next time when I'm back in England, I'm gonna just make a point of searching for the stuff that I know I can get. That's a bit pricey, but at least I can pick up because I've got a good range. But it's either stuff that's widely available in other countries, or like Prairie Artisan, where it's like €17 for a 30ml bottle.
Oh,
and I'm like,
they are so expensive. That breweries.
Yeah.
I think that brewery is really expensive, even in America.
I find that Rogue is stupidly priced. Rogue are always stupidly priced.
You can get some Rogue stuff here in Germany for quite cheap in the 330ml bottles for about €3 or €4. But it's a very limited supply of stuff.
I think the only stuff I've seen, because no one likes them in America because of the way they treat their employees, well, of the beer reviewing community anyway.
Yeah.
Right. And then I think the one I had over here was their double chocolate, the same as what Dean had. It was like the red bottle. And that was just so average, and I paid what, £9 for it. It just put me off everything. I'm just not really that fussed about my stuff.
I think it was about £11 when I got mine. It was a toss up between that and the mango one that they do. I think it's in like a pink bottle.
Oh, is it the donut one?
Voodoo Donut Mango Astronaut or something like that it's called. But I ended up getting a double chocolate stout. Going on on Beer Gonzo's website itself, it's down on the 100 list on Rate Beer. So I thought, it's going to be a good beer. And it was alright, but it wasn't worth the price.
It's no better than Saltaire's Triple Choc. Saltaire Triple Choc, which you can buy for about £2.10 or something like that. It's no better.
Saltaire.
Saltaire is awesome.
Yeah, I think I've done a review of that. They're blonde.
They're blonde. I think I've had their blonde and thought it was all right. But,
it's nice and tap, from what I remember.
It just seems to be a style that is big up in Yorkshire in the Yorkshire real ale scene. It seems to be quite big, because I know quite a couple of breweries which are just, even the brewery I work for, blonde just seems to be selling super well.
Yeah.
Nothing else, we brew a gold, and we only brew 3 beers, but we brew a gold, a pure, and a blonde, pure being a number. But blonde everywhere at the moment just seems to be selling really, really easily. So that might be an impact why it's actually in all the mainstream shops and things like supermarkets, but.
Blonde is the new mild.
Yeah, worryingly. Well, good for me. Yeah. Keeps me busy.
I've gone on to a lager. I started there, and now I'm on the way to finishing there.
Fuller's.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know they canned it.
Yeah, it was in. I got this from Sainsbury's. I've had it.
I saw it last week.
I had it in bottles years ago, and back then I thought it was alright. It's not too bad. It's okay. I haven't done a review on it. I was gonna, but I could go and get it any time, so I'll have one of them. You know.
If it makes you feel better, Craig, I'm currently on a tequila beer right now. Felton's plus Karuba. But it's actually really damn nice.
Yeah. It's a beer having a chat, you know?
Yeah,
You
perfect.
do worry.
The tequila doesn't, it's not too intrusive, but you get just enough flavour of it.
Yeah.
I should imagine
Plus,
it's quite a sweet beer then, is it?
it is a little bit sweet. It's got a little bit of a tartness to it. But Felton's is a pretty good brewery here in Germany, even though last time I saw it in England, it was like £4 for a bottle. Don't pay £4 for a bottle of Felton's, even if it's a imported German beer, because it's nice, but there's like 100 different English variants of that beer that you can pick up. But it's actually really good. So.
I think I had Veltins.
How is the general craft beer scene in Germany now? Is it taking off away from the?
I'd say so. I'd say so. I mean, the city that I'm living in only has one craft beer bottle shop, but there's surrounding breweries and one brewery actually here in the city that do craft beers, and I think Berlin's just finished doing it's either Berlin Beer Week or Berlin Craft Beer Festival. So it's actually quite alive right now. There's always an event going on, and then I mean we've got Stone brewing in Germany now as well, and Brewdog's got a bar, and we've got all these other big companies coming to Germany, like Steamworks from Canada. So it's actually quite a really exciting scene, and there's a lot of websites as well, so it's quite easy to get hold of not only just like American, British, and Scandinavian craft beer, but also German craft beer. It's actually really quite good. There's quite a lot of really, especially here in Bavaria, there's a lot of breweries venturing into craft brewing, so it's definitely come a long way in like just 2 years, maybe.
It's amazing how it just explodes, just like Poland, and within the last 3 years, that's gone. I think I saw somewhere. I think it's the third most expansive craft beer industry in the world. Poland was like. But plus now you've got Stone Berlin as well, and
Although I've heard people say that the stuff brewed by Stone Berlin isn't as good as the actual Stone California stuff. But to be honest, I've not really tried too many Stone beers. So I can't really.
Will the Californian stuff stop coming to Europe because of Stone in Berlin?
Well, I've tried 4 of the beers that they've brewed so far, and they've all been like world-class beers. But I think that's because they're the styles that people love anyway.
Sure.
But really good stuff. But yeah, we had
I don't know,
beer
when it comes
festival.
to Stone Berlin, will all their beers be kind of exclusive to Brewdog only, say in the UK, or will they become available in normal bottle shop, or specialist bottle shops?
From what I've been told from some of the people from the bottle shop that I've been to, and from some of the other craft beer people that I've got to talk to, I think they will be. I mean, right now, I think they're still finishing off the space that they've got, so they can brew, and they've got like the restaurant and grill and stuff, but they're still finalising that. And I think, from what I've read, they are doing it so they can export easier around Europe. So I'm not sure in terms of exclusivity. but it shouldn't mean that it's easier for people in Europe to get hold of fresh stone beer.
I hope it's not just exclusive to Brewdog. That's all I'm kind of.
Yeah.
Although
I mean, at this, I'm not too sure at this point. I mean, it would surprise me if that's how they went because of the stone presence in Brewdog now. But I think they will be. Hopefully,
I think if they went elsewhere, I think their prices would be much more affordable if it wasn't just Brewdog. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, because I got in touch with the before they were like early last year. I got in touch when I found out that they were setting up in Berlin. I just on a whim got in touch with the press email address and just said, would it be possible for me to sample just like a couple of beers when they were released? And they've like sent it over, and it's really good stuff. And from what I've seen of how much you pay for like the can of Stone IPA, I think it's like €2 a can. So it's a lot cheaper than what you're paying in general. So hopefully, when it comes to exporting it from Germany to the UK, they'll keep those prices or round about those prices, and also have it a bit more open than it is now. Because up until the Berlin stuff, the only stone beer I ever tried was the Ruination, and that was at a Brewdog bar. And
cool. Same with me.
Which Ruination was it?
Version as well, not the 2.
Ruination
0.
Yeah, I think it's 2.0. Yeah, and I think that's what they're canning here in Germany as well.
I've got one of their arrogant bastard bourbon barrel aged beers in the cupboard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to giving that one a go.
I bet that's going to be special.
I think I've tried normal AB, but yeah.
The normal Alpha is really nice. But yeah, the craft beer scene in the city I'm in, there's only one shop that does export like craft stuff. I'm sorry, Craig. I think I'm a little bit off kilter with timing on this one. I don't know if it's because of my internet connection.
Yeah, I think it's the same. It's kind of
just how it is, guys. It's you know, demons in the system and all that jazz.
Yeah, but the bottle shop that's here in the city, and pretty much aside from some supermarkets now, which are starting to stock some of the more craft beers. I mean, it's not like back in England where you've got a whole back shelf full of like craft specialty imported stuff. But the guys involved in the shop are also part of like sort of like a promotions company. So when they set up the beer festival, they were in charge of their own promotion, so they didn't have to pay, so they put all into the festival. And it was only the second year, and I think from what I read and what I was being told, they had like over 3 days, over 18,000 people, which made it at that time like the biggest craft beer festival in Germany. And I think Berlin have been doing festivals for 2 or 3 years. Yeah. So it's just amazing how much it's lifted off in such a small amount of time.
No, but anyway, I was trying to remember what I was saying. I had Stone's, is it the Mocha IPA on keg the other day, and that was outrageously good. It was 9%.
I'd love to try.
Picking up a lot of malt, but
was that in the Brewdog bar?
I want a pint of it. You know, it's awesome. Awesome beer. Seriously awesome. I recommend it.
What sort of malts were you getting on it? Like chocolatey or coffee?
Yeah, kind of more caramel. Slight toffee. But it's just one of them beers that just gets you. Every now and again you get one, you think, how did they do that?
Mm.
And you look at the commercial description, and they don't want to tell you either. So,
yeah,
bastards.
So that's what I love about Cloudwater. They tell you everything, and then
That's probably
I
where
put a
they
question
got
on
their
the other day.
arrogant bastards from, I guess.
Mm.
They just don't want to tell you.
On, yeah, on the Cloudwater stuff, because they obviously put all the ingredients and everything on the back. I put a little question on the UK CBFs trying to find out what's the plant size of the of Cloudwater. Then I was trying to kind of like divide it so I could try and do it on a homebrew scale, trying to do double IPA version 1 on a homebrew scale. Then I thought next thing is trying to find out the amounts of everything, because they say they had on their second batch, on their version 2, they had 75 kilos of hops, and that's 75 kilos of hops on a 15-barrel system. And I work with a 10-barrel system, so it's going to be 50 kilos of hops. What's
your brewery, Harry's?
It's Still Hill Brewery. We're just a small, craft ale brewery. But so we normally put about 2-3 kilos of hops in our beers, and the fact that Cloudwater put 50 kilos of hops, that is so expensive. That is so expensive for what we've done. But they're using hop extract as well.
In the same kind of.
Their
same
system
amount, the 10.
No, well, if we were going to put in, they put 75 in their 15 barrel. We would, if we were going to make the same, we'd put 50 in a 10. But yeah, we on our small system, when you put 2 kilos max, really, or 3 kilos max, it would just be awesome and they used hop extract as well, which is probably a lot more expensive. Haven't really looked too much into it. But I'd love to brew something on their brand new system, which is so much better than ours. Our system is 50 years old, and yeah.
Harry, what's your flagship beer, mate?
Sorry.
It used to be our gold. We called all our beers are called something Star. We had Gold Star, which used to be the flagship beer, but now it's Blonde Star. That seems to be just selling everywhere. We've had to brew loads of that recently, because we had to brew loads of 12-barrel batches of it. It means you end up getting 10-barrel batches of it. But yeah, just Blonde Star is our flagship beer at the moment. We don't bottle it; we just cask it. Everything's just casked. I think we may have a couple of bottles.
I know Cloudwater, they use a lot of Pilgrim Alpha CO2 extract. So.
Yeah, seeing that. No idea how that's produced. I presume they get it sent to them just like that, but no idea how that works.
No,
it's just like science, which we don't work with. Ours is
I do like Cloudwater bottles, though. Their labelling systems on their bottles.
I love Cloudwater's labels.
Just nice, clean, crisp presentation to it. It's all there for you, black and white. It's good.
Although I think my favourite labels are from 2.0, because that's not how you label a beer, but I like it.
It works. That's the thing.
Yeah. Plus, the good thing about 2.0 is the really good labels, 9 times out of 10, from my own experience, match up with the beer in the bottle or the can.
Fuck art, anyway. That's what they say.
Is that the one with the hamburger on the front, is it? They've got quite a few out, haven't they? Yeah. I'm sure there's one with like a hamburger on it.
Yeah, and I think they've got fuck art. This is architecture as well, which I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be, but it makes you interested in the beer.
On it. Yeah, if you're ever wondering what the building on that is, it's a hotel in North Korea.
Oh.
So I saw that.
Yeah, the Ryugyong Hotel, which isn't actually a hotel, but yeah, it will be it's called the Ryugyong Tower. But yeah, let's delve away from my knowledge of North Korean buildings.
You have to put your hat on in a minute, mate.
I have to find it. It's somewhere in this room, actually. That's a question. You have to find that for some more Russian beer reviews. Mm. Yeah, it's quite funny. I've actually met through YouTube. I've now got a Russian subscriber to my channel. Who, any of you watch my channel regularly? I presume you don't watch it every single day, but there's a guy on there who's been commenting recently. He's actually based out in Russia. I think he does a lot of. I think he does something to do with Russian film or something like. He does a lot of like little short films on his beer reviewing channel, but which are all a bit creepy and I like them. But he's just done every single beer review he does in the middle of the forest. He does them in the middle of a forest where he's wearing a gas mask or something. It's just bizarre. And yeah, I'll have to find this opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. No English, but you can gather what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's saying about like subscribers and stuff. I know on my old channel when I used to do cigar reviews, there was a guy that subbed me, and I saw he had a channel and he had about 50, 60 videos. So I thought I'd just watch a bit of what he did, and that was like fucking what the hell is this shit I'm watching? It's pretty a silent topless cigar review. I'm thinking what? Yeah.
Yeah. In latex as well. That's the scary bit.
Cracker Jacks.
Smoking out of his arse, probably.
Where has this chat gone?
Yeah.
Smoke beer.
Well, it is freestyle,
Yeah.
No.
But no. These beers are going down too well. Look at this. Okay, now.
I was going to say, how many are you on now, Craig?
Pretty much finished that now.
Well, this is my fourth, so leisurely.
Sinking them.
Couple of reviews.
Well,
I'm
technically on my third, but I'm not because I tipped one of them down the street.
I was going to do this review earlier, but I'm not going to now. But I've had it last year. It's brilliant. From Keys, Brewery Keys, pure, really good. What I had last year, and another Yeasty Boys beer. I was going to do that, but I'm not going to now. I'll probably have another lager, and that'll probably be it. So I'll do them the weekend or something. Because I like to do the real ales over them.
Which one is it from Yeasty Boys you've got?
It's the excuse me. It's the Earl Grey IPA. The I can't even pronounce it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good actually. Of what I've had from Yeasty Boys, I've enjoyed them.
I had the Pot of Kettle Black on keg. That was nice.
Yeah.
I've had the Digital IPA, not on review, but that was really nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that'll be my third beer from them guys. I think they're based in the UK now in London, so being a New Zealand brewery.
They've got there's some funny things about where you see their what's the blue one? Is that gonna matter? Is gonna matter the blue one? Or is that
no, that's the yellow. This one, the yellow one.
Okay.
The that one's the Digital IPA, the blue one, I think.
Yeah, I seem to think that was brewed up in Brewdog or somewhere near Brewdog because it says in Ellen.
It gave me the impression it was brewed here. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the yeast or it wasn't the hop. It was definitely.
It's definitely brewed over here. I think all the beers that we get over here now are actually brewed over here.
Yeah.
But that one was up in it's somewhere in Ellen, which is where the Brewdog Brewery is located.
Yeah, sure.
But I think it was I don't know whether it was Brewdog or a different brewery around that sort of part. But yeah, it says Ellen on it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about this one. It might have some information on the back, but yeah, this one is Brewdog. Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
So, but then
Talking of New
then they
Zealand
give the Yeasty Boys New Zealand
brewers.
website, so it's kind of like,
Yeah, talking of New Zealand brewers, that Tuatara, for me, that their black espresso mojo, is it? I mean, that is a fantastic beer. If you like your coffee stouts, I mean, that was just full on espresso for me when I reviewed it.
I've got sounds good. Yeah, not a stout, but I've got the triple coffee porter by Magic Rock. I brought back home with me, so bit pricey what I paid for it, but it's one of them ones I've got to have it. It was there. Went to Caps and Taps in I think it was Kentish Town. What an amazing craft beer shop. They had about 10 fridges there, and it was, you know, you almost wanted to come in a van. It was just like, you know, to take all the stuff home you wanted. You know, it's a nightmare. I had a rucksack, so.
That's the trouble, isn't it, when you go into these bottle shops, and you can keep on pulling it off the shelf, can't you? That's the trouble.
It just pisses you off, though, doesn't it? It's just bloody nightmare.
You want a van to have won the lottery as well.
Yeah, but you know, I was quite happy with what I got. So I got 6 cans. So I was like, yeah, that'll do. And I bought 1 or 2 more cans elsewhere, 1 or 2 in Brewdog. And
have you been up to Mother Kelly's whilst you've been in town?
not yet. I go to London about every 4 to 6 weeks for a few days. I went for a week this time, but so I'm going to get there. You know, it's just
I've ordered from that before.
Mother Kelly's?
Yeah, they've got a bottle shop online. Yeah, I ordered my Toppling Goliath Pseudo Sue. I ordered that from them.
See, I wonder where Pseudo Sue came from, because I had that in a bottle share, and I know how they got it, but I was just wondering how you'd be able to get it commercially. It was just, but Pseudo Sue was awesome when I had it.
I just googled it. I googled it, and it come up Mother Kelly's. Clicked onto their web page, and then drop down menu, and it took me into their web shop, and they've got quite a good range actually. It's a bit pricey, but you know, different beers that you wouldn't normally see in bottle shops.
Yeah. Well, when I went in there, it was June last year. I was down in London for something anyway, and I remember just walking into there, and the food pricing was expensive. Food was going to be London prices. It was £10 for a meat board, so nice and expensive. And then you had just looking at their beer price, they just had 1 to 17, I think it was on tap, just numbers, and then you had a menu on your table, and then you just select what you want, like number 1 or whatever it is, and then it was. I remember just paying the stupid prices in the bar, but they had 33% discount when if you're taking out. So I just said to my mate, you know what, we'll buy some beers and take them out. We ended up taking about 8 beers out. We just went back to the hotel and just drank them in the hotel. So much better system. Terrible reviews. Drink 8 beers, one after the other. But yeah, it was a fun weekend.
But I know when we went to that Friends of Ham though, Harry, we got fuck all for our money in there though, did we, when we had something to eat?
That's
it
was pretty damn the same as that. I mean, Leeds, though being up north, you do have that sort of price difference. It's shit pricing there. It's like London pricing in Leeds, but a bit cheaper. It's still expensive.
London prices are
Oh,
bonkers.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, especially.
I can remember going into that.
I don't know if Brewdog, say, in Leeds or Newcastle or wherever, are slightly cheaper than London Brewdogs, or are they across the board the same? I don't know.
They're probably marginally cheaper, only like 5 or 10p or something like that.
Probably.
Because I know in Nottingham you'll pick up a pint of pung for £4.30 in their own Brewdog bars, but if you go to like Wetherspoons, it'll be about £2.50.
Yeah.
So
it's the same as Liverpool or Manchester, to be honest.
Mm.
So they could be pretty much just universal, maybe, and just
maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
that's nice.
There's pence involved, isn't there? Really, between them. I know the one in Shepherd's Bush. I've pulled it along there a few times because my job often takes me into the city. And if I've got a spare sort of half an hour, I'll pop in there and I'll draw alongside the Shepherd's Bush one, go in and get a few takeouts. They offer a discount. Well, they say they do, but I mean, it's not like if you were to go into a bottle shop and pick up the same beers off the shelf.
That's the catch, though. They probably give you that discount. Oh, you're giving you a discount. Oh, thanks very much. And then you think, well,
it's fictional, though, isn't it?
It's the same price as if I got it somewhere else. So they're not really. They're still making a profit.
No. Smoke and mirrors.
Definitely.
That's people who don't know.
You'll probably find in Brewdog it's probably about 15% discount, I think you get there. So it's really, and especially nothing you're making, you're probably actually spending more.
Yeah, but I mean they're pricing it probably 20% higher than it should be anyway, so they're still making an extra 5%.
Yeah.
Their bottle shop in King's Cross is quality. That's slightly cheaper.
I've not been to that one. When I go to King's Cross, I normally go to the Source Market. I don't know if which is I don't know if you know King's Cross that well, but it's kind of because I go on the high speed one from where I live to King's Cross. It takes me about an hour and 20 minutes. And as soon as I get off there, you got the high speed. It's right next to the Eurostar station. You go down an escalator, turn right. You got the main board, and it's a far right hand side. And they got a good selection of stuff there. They're a little bit more pricey than probably what you get in a bottle shop, but if you're waiting for a train or something, you want a couple of train beers. It's cracking.
I can remember stumbling across a bottle shop down near Soho. I think it was like I think it was Greek Street or Frith Street, one of them just off Shaftesbury Avenue. And there's a cool little bottle shop down there, and I forget the name of it, but I mean it wasn't open when I went down there. But I mean I went up to the window and had a butcher's at it, and great, from what I could see from it, it had a really nice selection of beers.
Excellent.
I'll tell you one place you should head to is Uto Beer, which is down in London Bridge. If you go to Borough Market, you know where Borough Market is. It's literally in Borough Market, and that's where I picked my candy on up from recently.
Right.
They had loads there, but it's that's Uto Beer. But if head to Tower Bridge or somewhere like that, and head to Tower Bridge tube station around that sort of area. There's definitely parking around it. There's a Fuller's pub, and you can park in for that, and then just nip in if you're doing something like that. That's sneaky ways of being a driver, or delivery places.
I mean,
drop.
When I go to London, I've always got an Oyster card, so it's kind of like, dink. It's because I go quite regularly. It's kind of London. Just there's so much going on. There's so many bottle shops. There's so many quality real ale pub or craft ale pubs. It's just like you just don't. People goes, oh, go there, and you think, okay, you go there, and and then someone else goes, "Oh, go." You just what the fuck's going on? You know.
There seems to be,
I say that
there seems to be
there's
a
that
tap
Uto
brewery in every
and
place in London now.
There's that Uto beer, then there's an Odd Bins right next door to it, which, you know, the Odd Bins is okay for an Odd Bins. It's pretty decent for an Odd Bins, to be honest. And then you've got Uto beer, you know, little small craft venue. They probably even do tastings in store. They probably even, you know, you'll fill your growler up or something when you're in there. They probably do. But they were pretty evenly priced. Last time I went down there was, you know, about a month ago, 2 months ago. But before then, probably about, you know, a year. But I'm pretty sure they do growler fillings now, so definitely recommend it.
Right.
You can get that in Cotteridge now, can't you? They've got like a tap room at the back.
Yeah, they've had that for a while now. I go to Cotteridge about every month now. I'm back in Brum, so there's Cotteridge and Sturchley Wines. Sturchley Wines is just a little bit further up the road.
I need to get there, to be honest, because I've heard so many good things about that place. And I mean, I suppose it's more or less the same distance from where I live to be a Gonzo wise. So we're looking at about half an hour, 40 minutes drive. I need to get there.
What? Well, you're in Banbury, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to give you the number of this guy who delivers me beers, but he's white, which is basically like a bottle shop all around the Midlands. But he will send beers down to you if you've got like a special list of beers you want. He will go out and get them for you, and like, you know, for decent prices, like what I've had, decent prices. So yeah, in spirit, Tamworth is what he is. But yeah.
Oh, quality, yeah.
Staffordshire.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on Piston Head. Appropriate.
Is that their
amber lager? I didn't realise it was bloody 6%.
Did not like that the other day.
I got it from.
Yeah, I had that the other day and reviewed it. Wasn't too much of a fan of it.
It's
I think I've only ever had the original lager a few years ago. Can't remember.
It's alright. It's okay. It's not unoffensive. It's quite. It's very malty.
That's what I found.
Sweet malty. Apart from that, you're not getting much else out of it. I'd rather drink this though than the usual crap. So.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You've got a choice, haven't you? You can either drink something that's okay-ish, or just something that's completely tasteless.
Or just Stella.
That's horrible, isn't it? I used to drink. I drank Foster's Stella for about 12 years. And then I went to a beer festival once, and I thought, oh, let's try some different lagers. And there was no lagers there at all. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just have a whatever. And then I thought, one or two like mellow beers, and that got me into real ale 10 years ago, or whatever it was, and that was it. So I've drinking real ales for ages.
Which box of character that got me into real ale?
Yeah, I just stumbled across it, thinking I was going to try different lagers.
Yeah.
It's nice to have an open mind with it, though, isn't it? Really, with like styles. I mean, of course, everybody's going to have their favourite style, but it's just nice to branch out occasionally. Yeah. It's like lambics and sours and stuff like that for me. I mean, I'll drink them, but they're not my favourite styles.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, Dean. I'm trying to expand my palate on saisons and sours.
I think saison's where you start, really. Saison's the best thing to go for.
Yeah.
Main one.
Yeah. It's kind of. I don't mind them. I like to try them, but I've actually tried one or two recently. They've been quite nice. It's surprised me. I don't know if it's my palate getting used to that style, but I always kind of wait for a bit of hot weather I'm quite a way ahead of my beer reviews. So the weather's been pretty shit lately in the UK anyway. Well, it's supposed to get hot next week, so I'm like, trying to line my beers up for appropriate weather, if that makes sense.
I'm off to the Costa del Sol next week.
Oh, very nice.
Excellent.
Yeah. In between Torremolinos and Benalmádena, somewhere around that area anyway.
Anything going on there, Dean? Have you done any research?
Well, I know Northern Southerner Beer Reviews. He did some videos. I think it was last year when he went there, and he managed to grab hold of some pretty sort of half decent beers. There's a few bars on the seafront.
Decent Belgian
you
beers.
You can get hold of you could get hold of a really good beer that's actually brewed in the city that I live in now. It's like the Bishop's of Heifer Ice beer, I think it is. And they've got a weird contract where, even though it's brewed here in Germany, they export it just directly to like a certain branch of supermarkets in the Costa del Sol general area. So you should definitely look out for that one.
I think that's what I'll be doing, because the hotel will be the run-of-the-mill all-inclusive Dorada.
Watered down lager.
Yeah, bloody piss water. So I'll be finding the nearest supermarket and trying to get something sort of half decent anyway.
It's always good to start, though, isn't it? I mean, even if you've not had it before, it's like, I'll give it a try. You don't know, do you?
Yeah.
It suits the environment that you're in, though, doesn't it?
If you've got the climate, you get to a point where it doesn't matter. It's like,
Yeah. The last thing you want to be drinking in 34 degrees is a massive imperial stout.
Some good Trappist beers, from what I remember.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, he did find somewhere like decent to have Trappist beers. You say, Peter? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I go to Madeira. I've been twice in the last year, and I've done pretty much most of the supermarket stuff there, like macro lagers, done reviews and stuff. But apart from that, there's generally quite a lot of Belgian and German beers there. So that was quite nice surprise. Plus now I've made 1 or 2 contacts out there that know other places. So the next time I go out there, I'll be like, it's kind of quite lucky, really.
Yeah.
I know when I went to Tenerife, the hotel that we stayed at, it was like an all-inclusive thing again, and it was I think they had Alhambra and Estrella on tap, and I had a few, but you just get bored of it in the end.
You
so
just
I
get
just
to a point where it's like,
yeah,
your taste buds are crying, they're beating you up, almost. Your taste buds are like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah. They had the bottles of Erdinger in the fridge, and I just kept going through them.
Yeah, I mean, when I went to Madeira the last time, I went for quite a while. I went from the 27th of February to the 18th of April, and my taste buds were just completely bullying me for hops. So, I mean, at that time, there were shitloads of double IPAs coming out in the UK, and I was just like, what's going on? And so I done some online purchases. I can't remember what it was at the time. I think it was the double IPA version 3 came out. You had the Magic Rock Unhuman Cannibal, Human Cannibal, and I think you had I think it's the Brewdog, Born to Die, latest version, and 1 or 2 others, and I was just like, yeah. So when I got home, I was like, I binged for about 2 weeks on double IPAs. It was fucking awesome.
I can remember watching a few of your videos that you did while you were over there, and Yeah, I think so. You said so yourself. You had a few ropey beers that you just picked off the shelf thinking it's something different. It turned out to be a bit of a nightmare.
Oh, but it makes you
That
appreciate.
vodka beer sounded lovely, by the way.
Sorry, which one?
The was it one that had vodka in it?
Oh, that was bizarre.
It's like, what is the point?
They just, it's like one of them not alco pops, but I don't know. It's obviously a clubbing kind of beer. If that makes sense. Out there, and it didn't work for me. But it was blue glass. I thought, well, I've got to have that just to try it,
Oh yeah.
Just to have a go, and I gave it a chance, but my taste buds didn't want to know that one. So.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
But no, it was interesting. I like to, even if I don't like knocking a beer until I've tried it. Even though I get to the point now with it, like the craft beers. I know other people have tried them, but I don't watch the reviews until after I've tried them.
Yeah, I do exactly the same.
I don't want it to influence my kind of point of view. If that makes sense.
I was like that with rate beer as well, because sometimes I'm a bit slightly obsessed with American beers at the moment.
So am I.
And if I do an online shop, some of their beers don't have the ABV on, and I always like to say what the ABV is when I'm doing a review. So sometimes I have to look on rate beer to get that information.
Yeah.
But I don't like to do it because it spoils the review for me.
Yeah. I like to find out the ABV. The IBUs. If I can't find the IBUs, I have a guess at what the IBUs are to my palate. I'm probably generally wrong, but it doesn't bother me.
Nah. Yeah.
It's about opinions and stuff, and
yeah. Oh, that's what I like about pure beers. They're canning. They've got all the information on the side.
Oh, they're brilliant.
Calories, volume, IBUs.
I watched really good. Your Shapeshifter review, Dean, the other day, and it's just like I wish every brewery done that.
Yeah. It's
another thing
that annoys there, isn't it?
Yeah. Another thing that I really love breweries to do is give a canned on bottled on date rather than a best before date. That's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, that information is quite valuable.
You don't know how long they've given the shelf life on some beers, but that's just me.
I suppose if you go to certain pubs, if you're getting like cask beers or keg beers, some breweries might say to the pub, I know we do for sure. We say we have the best before written on the cask, but we also say when it was casked on, when it was racked on. So I suppose if you're getting it, in off tap somewhere, they might say if you're getting it off tap. But yeah, I'll be the same. If it was on bottle, exactly the same. I want to know when it's best before, when it was bottled on.
Exactly.
But at the moment, you just get one or the other. It's a bit frustrating, really.
I'd still rather have a canned or bottled on date, and then you can make your own mind up about. That's
if it's a dark beer, it'll be fine. But if it's lighter, it'll be.
Yeah, but or even if it's like a Russian Imperial Stout, just a vintage, just the year. It's just me though, Everyone's different. Everyone, But it seems to be the best before date rules now, so they can probably extend the shelf life. Maybe, I don't know.
I was going to say, look at the flocculation on this beer. If you can all tell that. Look how yeasty that is at the bottom.
Jesus.
That's pretty deep, to be honest. That's like me looking.
Extract that for your homebrew.
It looks like it looks like flu on the camera.
Doesn't look too good. Yeah. Moved on to Simcoe.
I've seen that around.
It's quite old now, to be honest.
Too old.
They do
Such a lovely brewery.
They do the Sir Citra as well, don't they? As well.
Yeah, they do a Sir Citra, Sir Simcoe, and Sir something else. They do 3 now, basically.
Mosaic, I think.
Yeah, that'd be it. Yeah. Yeah, this one's quite old now.
Yeah, I'm
getting
going to
through
get
it.
another beer.
Where's your sink then?
So, just a.
Looks alright.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't it? It's a decent head on it. I suppose, I see how old it is. It's not super old.
Great Divide.
9th of February.
What you on, Dean? Was that Great Divide?
Great Divide, Colette, Farmhouse Ale.
Right.
I've had that.
The Yeti's
the other
amazing.
day. I had that the other day. Definitely had it. Yes, Sunday I had it.
I saw the Great Divide Yeti Oak Imperial Stout. Is it Oak with espresso the other day in Brewdog, and I was like, it's about £17.90.
Worth it.
Yeah, but yeah, you know.
But yeah, that Colette. I had that Colette the other day on must have been Sunday or something, and it was all right. It wasn't super great, but I say it was all right in the craft beer.
Oh, sorry, everyone's talking.
Yeah, the usual sort of white wine sort of smell to it, you know.
It's really herby. You'll find it super herby.
No, I saw that in the bottle shop the other day, and I was like, I think I got six cans for like 16 quid something, which weren't too bad. I had a bit of money off.
Not bad.
Yeah, I could have gone a bit more.
It's not as funky as what I'm normally used to trying.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting to be super sort of funky, a little bit sour, nice and not herby. It's way too herby, I found.
Yeah, it's yeah, I'm definitely getting that herbal, florally sort of taste to it. I'm not bowled over by it.
I think I gave it a 3.75 out of 5.
7.3%, yeah. I think the Tank 7 for me is probably the best sort of farmhouse stroke saison beer. And then I'm also a big fan of the Electric India as well. I think that's amazing. I really do like that. When the weather's nice, it's a great beer to have.
Haven't had these saisons for quite some time, to be honest, because I always used to find that when you go into Brewdog, I always used to order a saison because they're always at the perfect temperature, and they're always pretty nice saisons anyway. So I used to have them quite a lot in there, but yeah, now I just haven't had any for a fair while.
Yeah, I tend to sort of, when the weather gets nice and I want something different from a decent pilsner or lager, then I'll try and get my hands on a decent saison. I think it's a perfect summer sipping sort of style. And then, obviously, when the weather changes, I forget all about it again until the following year and start looking at dark beers. You know, I suppose that's the norm, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. If you want a good saison beer, you should try the Maximus Saison 5 by Brouwerij. Not Brouwerij, but it's from the Netherlands, I think. From the Maximus brewery. That was a really, really good saison.
What's that?
I remember.
What's that? Number 5, did you say?
Maximus 5.
Maximus 5.
And the brewery's called Brouwerij Maximus. Not sure how I pronounce it, but that was a really good saison.
Yeah, just found it. Just
we get quite a lot of Dutch stuff over here, don't we?
Yeah, reasonable. Yeah, Brouwerij Maximus. Yeah, 5. It's 5%, so I guess that's why the 5.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that before. I haven't seen it.
From what I remember, the saison that Adams do for Marks and Spencer's pretty damn good as well.
Okay.
I think I've tried that before. Yeah. Is that in can, Peter, or is it bottle form?
I tried it in bottle, but it could be in cans because it was. When did you try it, Dean? Because I had it earlier this year, so I'm not sure if they've changed it since then.
Right, I'm going to have to move downstairs, so...
Yeah, no worries, Craig.
I'll keep it rolling, so can't be asked to...
This is awesome. This is really nice.
Plus it's closer to the beer for...
I hate you, Harry. Some of the beers you've drank tonight, I actually hate you right now.
Right, bear with me.
Yeah, this is
remember,
so nice.
It's swings and roundabouts, mate.
Exactly.
I'm sure there's stuff that you can get hold of that that we sort of think, oh, you bastard.
Probably. And I think I need to make the most. I need to make more of what I can get. It's crazy. But yeah, German craft beer, going on a completely different side note here, but German craft beer, 9 times out of 10, you've got a really, really solid beer. From what I've tried anyway.
I know we were saying
especially
last time we spoke people about Maisel and Friends. They're fantastic. Yeah. I think.
Oh yeah. And for such a big, already established brewery to do the stuff that they're doing, it's like fair play.
So, Dean, what are the next?
You can get some stuff on Beers of Europe now.
Next couple of beers you've got coming up.
Beers coming up. I've pretty much drank my supply dry now, but there are a couple of beers that I've got my eye on. I've been eyeing up 2 Ols Hoppy Monday, which, from what I've heard, is pretty good. But in terms of German beers, I'm not too sure because, unfortunately, the bottle shop that I go to is closed until the 18th. So, all the beers that I've wanted to pick up, I'm not able to. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Double.
I'm pondering on an online order because there's a lot of good American beers for quite cheap. I've been eyeing up Rogue's Walnut Porter.
Okay.
Because they're doing a 330ml bottle for €4, and considering how much Rogue can be, I think that's
Which beer was that, Peter?
The Walnut Porter, I think it is.
Okay. Yeah. Don't know about that one.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, and there's a few Camber Bavaria beers that I've been looking up. Such as they've done a collaboration with like a gypsy brewer here in Germany. I can't remember the brewery's name, but some really interesting beers that I can't remember for the life of me that I want to pick up.
I was very impressed with that Paulana that we did last week. I thought that was a cracking beer. That sour. That was fantastic.
That's a special.
Yeah.
Good beer.
Can't really that.
Right, yourself, Dean. What are the next couple of videos you've got coming up?
I've got about 5 or 6 that I need to sort of upload. The problem that I had last week, the laptop that I used to upload, just the screen decided to fucking pack up. Luckily, I've got insurance on it, so I can get it fixed. But what I've uploaded onto the computer for my camcorder was I did a Toppling Goliath Dorothy's New World Lager, 500ml can. It was all right as lagers go. It did the job. The downside to it was the price. I paid about £4.80 for it. You know,
Right, I'm back.
for like 500ml can, that's to me that's a bit steep for a lager, and it wasn't amazing.
For a lager.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I've got Le Freak from Green Flash.
Oh, yeah. How have you found Green Flash of the beers you've got? Because I know when they come over here, they seem to be a bit old.
I don't know if the bottles.
Yeah, a lot of people said that about Green Flash because when I know Rob said to me I had the Hoppy Birthday. For me, I found it was great. It wasn't an old batch or anything.
The Hoppy Birthday was quite fresh from Bottle Shop. Still, I've just had it now. It's gone now, but the 1st of October, so not too bad. But the Green Flash was a little bit old. It was right at the end of the shelf life. I picked up at the Kent Beer Festival last month. Was it 17th? Something like that. And it had about two and a half weeks left on it. So, yeah, the 4th of August it was out of date by, but I had it. I'm about 2 weeks ahead on reviews, so or more. So I kind of reviewed that just before I went to London. So yeah, good beer.
Is a question for you guys out there with regard to uploading reviews and stuff. Do you religiously upload your videos in like date order, or do you just think, oh, I'll upload that one today and I'll do that one tomorrow or whatever?
Generally, in order I review the beer. Generally, unless I do like I done that kind of Cloudwater week, and I don't think, looking back on it, was a good idea. Just it's Cloudwater. It's like they're getting too much kind of. I had a lot of beers I wanted to get rid of and out of the way.
Yeah.
Because I like their beers. They are brilliant beers. But when you come to, if you didn't review beers, you'd be like, yeah, it works. But if you want to reviewing beers on YouTube, you know what I mean? Though it's kind of, there's lots of other good beers out there that you know, being a reviewer, you should do. I don't know. It was just a little experiment. Yeah.
I don't really have a specific like theme to my beers. I'll just be sometimes I'll upload like 5 at a time and schedule them. But then there'll be days where I'll be like, I've got like quite a lot on the computer already, and I'm like, do you know what? I need to get this video off my computer, sort of like that. But then at the same time, to save space on my phone, I'll be like, well, I'll just upload this one directly, and then like put in the information next time I'm on the computer. So unless I get sent something, I'm just like, because I never like to have too many like German beers at once, or too many lagers at once, or too many IPAs at once.
It's trying to find a balance. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
You know.
And then I get to the point where I'm like, I want to upload videos every day.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, maybe I should just upload them like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So there's really no pattern at all.
I schedule my reviews, but the trouble is I don't think you can do it from a mobile, which is where I generally do it from. I upload them to private.
Yeah.
And then I'll go onto a laptop and schedule them.
Yeah.
And add thumbnails. I can't, when I'm in London, I can't add thumbnails. I can't schedule them. I can't on your mobile. It's I upload them from my mobile on. There's an app called Capture. That's quite handy. But if I know I've got a certain amount of reviews ready for when I go away, by the time I get back, I'll go on the laptop and then do the next kind of batch.
Yeah.
So my recent London ones will be starting next week. So I want to do a couple of like 3 or 4 real hours for the weekend. I've done a couple for like Thursday and Friday for this week, and then next week I'll do. I don't know. It's just see how it goes. I'll just chop and change. Really.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's the good thing about doing it, isn't it? There is a bit of freedom involved in it. I mean, I haven't uploaded a video today. I should have, but I just haven't had the time. It's hard sometimes, isn't it? Juggling life.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I try and get mine scheduled, because I'm so busy all the time. I mean, I've got mine scheduled up until August the 16th. I've got mine scheduled up. I've just got next set of them. They're all rendered and edited and everything ready to go.
I don't.
Now
I just join 2 videos together. Have a thumbnail, that'll do.
I used to edit shit
I
out
don't
my
even do
videos,
thumbnails.
but then I realised what's the point?
I like it.
Nobody cares about a sleek beer review.
No,
just
not at all.
upload it in its natural form.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't edit.
What's the beer like? That's it.
Yeah.
That's just me though. Perhaps everyone's not the same as me. So.
I might have to edit this Google Hangout though, because I know I had some problems sort of getting it all up and running, and I called my daughter down as it was rolling to do something, because I know Harry sent me a message over about pasting the URL to
I was sat
and
there for 3
I tried dragging it over and it wouldn't bloody do it.
Like, what the fuck? And I thought, well, no, let's try the mobile, and it's like, oh yeah, that works. Anyway,
I don't know. I'm not a technology buff at all. It's straight over my head.
yeah, I'm quite happy doing it on my mobile. Now I know how to do it. So.
Yeah.
Just the first time
Yeah,
I've ever
it's been nice, this has.
Yeah, I mean, I used to do this quite a lot, to be honest. I used to do it with the American guys, which used to keep me up until really awkward hours. And
yeah, you've done a few Louisiana beer reviews, haven't you?
Yeah.
I've watched a few of those recently.
On the group, Harry.
What's that? Sorry.
I was chatting to him earlier on the group. I think it was him.
Yeah. I think I saw it. Yeah. He's pretty sound. Jay is.
I watched a lot of his videos. I like him. I think he's a cool guy.
Yeah. He's pretty sound. I mean, the videos he does, they're all generally sort of proper lagers and things like that. But
it's easy to get hold of beers, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's the main thing of his channel is easy to get hold of, and then what special beers he does, they're always,
just going to my beer fridge.
Again, get hold of. And he's stepping out into other reviews. I think he starts doing whiskey. He's not doing whiskey. He's doing
None of you picking any of this
sherry and a couple of other drinks as well, which is always good to see. Yeah.
It's all its tart.
No, Jerry get on pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just go back.
I'm getting into the Rod J reviews. Is it as a black guy? He's good. He is. He's a nice guy. I really like his videos. Dr. Dave, I've just subscribed to him as well.
Dr. Dave is quality.
Yeah, I like his rant and raves. I think they're wicked.
They're awesome. I love.
I've heard of those rant and raves. I've never seen one. I'd love to watch one.
They're fucking awesome.
Oh, you've got to watch one. Yeah, they're funny. They really are funny.
He uses his camera now in his car for road rage.
Yeah, I should do
But he drives like a nutter. That's what makes me laugh. It's like he's on about other people.
Red rag to a bull.
He drives like an absolute lunatic. Cuts people up in and out. Like, fucking hell. And he moans about other people. So,
I've got a dash cam set up in our drive van. No, our drive van is an LDV, like I don't know what you call it, a transporter or transit, but an LDV like wagon. It's a nightmare to drive. It's 20 years old, and trying to drive that around the city centre in Brum, it's just the perfect road rage.
Yeah.
It just makes you angry.
Excellent. If you've got a car, you don't care if it gets smacked. Then that's even better, I guess. Deters.
Yeah, I'll have to watch Dave's road rage videos. They sound pretty cool. I haven't actually watched one of them yet.
Just going to say about the videos I've got coming up. Tomorrow. I've got 3. This is how backlogged I am because I had to. Because got so many beer reviews which I've done. I'll be backlogged until about.
Harry, you mentioned it on the group, I think.
It just keeps going on. Just keeps going on.
Yeah.
And
you said you was like, I think it was in May. You was like, I'm back in January or something. It was like you had like, and he was like, how many should I review a day and stuff, just to just catch up, and then give yourself a week or so.
I mean, now I'm 2 months behind now.
Say there's new beers coming out, you want to try and review and keep it sort of a bit more current, maybe. And you was like, what do I do? You know.
I mean, whenever there's beers coming out that I want to try or something, say if there's like the next couple of Cloudwater ones, I've got 4 and 5 uploading pretty soon, which will be up probably in the next couple of weeks, and then I'll probably get 6 and 7 probably going straight after that. I can sort of change the order. Doesn't matter too much.
That's what I do. If there's a beer that say I'm
it's going to be current.
Say I'm 2 weeks ahead, and a beer comes out that's current, and you can get it quickly and get it drunk and do a review, it will be brought forward.
And
then I'll carry on with what else I've got on, you know. I don't do it normally, but I normally keep it in order.
Yeah, same, exactly the same. Yeah, I mean, this next week I've got coming up. Tomorrow I've got 3 videos coming up. I've got Kaunapilis, which is a Lithuanian beer, it was like a wheat beer, which I did great, but it's 7.3%. I think it was. It's quite a strong one. I've got Santa Fe, I was the first person getting this black IPA into the country, so theoretically I should have probably done it sooner. And did a Stary Melnik, which was a Russian beer, and I'll let you see that. That's coming out tomorrow as well at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Then I've got Cloudwater. This is how far back I am, how far behind I am. Cloudwater Double IPA version 3 comes out tomorrow.
No.
I still need to open my bottle of that.
I still haven't opened it.
I'm joking.
Tonight's tonight. We've got Hitachino, one from 2 Beers, Pine Street there, Atom Splitter. I've got some good ones coming up. Kestrel Super, and
great beers.
It's probably
Kestrel Super.
Great beer.
Galway Bay, one which I did with Stuart and his brother in that little session we had. Then they have Catalan, Torses.
How is Stuart's brother? Do you know? Is he all right?
Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those posts as well. I presume he's all right. I don't know.
I've never met I've never met both of them, but I just kind of, it's like you just think, hope they're okay.
Yeah, presume he's all right.
Stuart's a quality fella.
No, not Stuart.
Legend.
His brother.
Andrew's pretty sound as well, to be honest.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I'd love to meet them guys. I don't.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know if I'll be getting up to Leeds next month, but at the moment it's not looking likely. But I really want to go. But we definitely need to get all the tubers together and then alternate it for different parts of the country each year or something.
Mm. I know that's
I think what we had.
I said earlier on about Simon.
Yeah.
I listened to your conversation earlier and I couldn't say anything, so I was like, but yeah, it'd be good to, be great. It'd be fantastic to get get together and have a proper get together.
Proper rake knees up.
Yeah, just and then maybe alternate it so that not everyone has to travel each year to a certain place, and to make it fair.
I think if everyone did if someone's, I know it would be taking up someone's house every single year, but did a bottle share at someone's place or every single year or every single 6 months or something like that, and arranged it between us, just UK beer reviewers and Peter also included.
Yeah.
And then
I'd come over.
Yeah, just do the bottle share between us and have it at someone's house. And then, because I've been to bottle shares before, it's the best way to go about doing beer. Everyone brings over a special bottle. Doesn't need to be from the UK or something. I'd love to see that be done.
Because awesome.
That's a good idea. I like
good.
And then when everyone's pissed, everyone go on to Periscope.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Night sorted.
Something shit like that, just like, or go on to a YouTube live. That'd be awesome.
You're only allowed Castrol Super only. Or K-cider.
Champagne beckons.
Just getting another glass. I'm on, going to be another anchor.
Fucking hell, you don't mess about, Craig, do you, mate?
No.
Even on school night.
It's been a hard week being in London.
It's only Tuesday.
I know.
One day in London.
For me, work.
I thought I'd take it easy today.
What are you stopping now then, Craig?
It's oh fuck. Anchor California Lager.
Steady beer.
I think I've only ever had the Steam Lager, is it?
Yeah.
I've had this.
Again, that's another a good safe bet beer, really.
This is my third Anchor beer in the last week. I've done 2 reviews. I haven't done a review of this, so I'm just like, I could get this in Sainsbury's, so I'm just doing a few beers I'm going to get again up the road. So I'm just going to have a few, and but beers I know I can't get, I'm leaving alone. That's why I'm not having any IPAs at the moment. So as much as I want one.
Speaking of beers that I wish I'd have picked up, I missed out on picking a bottle of the Hitachino Ancient Niponia. I mean, it was like €10, but I wanted to pick it up for like the 100th review.
Right.
And they had it in Beretta, the bottle shop that I go to. So I was like, oh nice, there's a few bottles there. I doubt anyone will buy that. And then I go there like a few weeks later to pick it up. And it's just gone. And I can't find it on any German beer website. And it's...
Yeah.
But then again, I'll probably find something that I'll not be able to drink. Yeah, as soon as I find it, it's like, I'll never find this again. I'll pick it up now.
Talking about anniversary beer reviews, what a fantastic achievement for Simon Martin doing his 3,000th beer review the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How amazing is that? 6 years. His liver must be fucked.
Yeah. Where's that beer belly?
Well, I don't know. He's very short though.
But yeah, I mean,
He's a nice guy, you know.
he makes me look tall, and I'm like a bloody midget standing next to Harry.
It's nice to meet. Last year I went to the Great British Beer Festival and I met up with Simon and Rob, and what a cracking day. Really good.
Yeah, I saw a couple. I saw a video that you did with those when you were at the festival.
I was all new to it then. I was like a rabbit in headlights kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, whatever, you know. I think it'd be better now if I'd done that kind of thing now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what it's like when you just started, you think, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
I did anyway. And I was like, oh my god, seriously? And then you kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine doing this a year ago.
Yeah, I'm still not at that stage where I could do a beer review in a beer bar.
Yeah, I'm used to that well now. I still feel like an idiot, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Generally because I am, but do you know what I mean though? It's kind of, you just get to the point where you just don't care. You blot everything out and you just do it.
You've just got to say what you think at the end of the day, and if people don't like it, then tough shit, you know.
Yeah.
So say,
I find that.
But you guys, you're not holding something about the size of this when you're doing your beer review, are you? You're holding your phone or something. You're not holding.
Yeah, I'm literally recording on my phone.
No, it's my phone. It's very discreet.
Yeah.
You know.
The audio quality though, it's just so poor for me sometimes when I try and do it on my phone. When I'm trying to do it in a pub or something, that's why I got my proper cam with a microphone and things like that. Then I realised how big it was.
Camcorder, Harry.
But the thing with them things, they're brilliant, but you attract so much more attention, and I don't want that.
Yeah, official. Yeah, it's a Canon with a Rode mic on it.
Is that that's the one you bought to Leeds, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly. It's getting a little bit dodgy now because I use it every single day. But yeah, it's alright.
Yeah,
it's like when you use camera every single day, hours and hours and hours of it, then it starts playing up a little bit.
Yeah,
I know when we were at Leeds and we did a couple of reviews with your camcorder, and I think your missus filmed. She used my camcorder to do a review, and it's just pointing to the ground, and it's like 60 seconds long.
It's very perfect.
But anyway, I've got a souvenir. Anyway, you recognise that, don't you?
Oh yeah. I noticed you were using it earlier.
Did you leave that glass, Dean?
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't leave the palm of my hand, to be honest with you.
Well, fair enough. But some things have just got to happen.
Yeah.
But that glue was very good.
It was very good.
It just fell into your
Cost
bag.
me a fucking fortune that day, did.
I think we should.
I always
leave
find
it
the
as
best technique is to go to the toilet and put it in your pocket.
Yeah. Or somewhere near there.
Yeah.
Lovely.
But I think we should do this more often, guys. I don't know what you think.
Yeah. To be honest, I like this. I like this format because it's casual. You know, there's nothing regimented in it, is there? We just you know.
Yeah.
I mean, perhaps if we all want to do the same beer one day, then that'd be cool.
That's why I asked you.
You know, if we just want to.
I didn't know if it was a same beer.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
whatever, or.
Yeah. I mean, me and Peter did a review last week.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it never recorded to Hangouts, and we did the neck oil and the Salvatore, which I mean, the evening was a quality Hangout, but it was never quite recorded.
Right.
Yeah.
This one will.
I mean, even if it's a beer we've not done before, we get our reviews out of the way, and then come straight on to, I don't know, straight onto here.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, it's good. It's good that we
or even do your reviews on the side whilst we're in this, because I suppose some of us will be drinking at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't actually reviewed any of the beers I've had tonight. I haven't actually reviewed. That's the main reason I was using this for.
Yeah.
Fine, but I'm happy with them being in there.
I've done the first 2 beers, but the next 10 I haven't.
Yeah, it'd be definitely nice to get something going on a regular-ish sort of basis.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We did talk about it last week about doing like a beer of the week sort of thing.
Yeah, like Harry used to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I said to people like even James Marshall and things like that, I'd happily start that up again, but the thing is, work sort of has a bit of an effect on me. But I mean, depends what day I could probably sort it out. I'd happily do a beers of the week.
Beer reviews. That's what we should call it.
Did you see that video that Jay made the other day?
Who? Sorry.
He made a video. The Jay Terrio, Louisiana Beer Reviews. He made a video the other day speaking about the different phases of beer reviewing over the past 10 years or something like that. And he had the first phase, the second phase, and the third phase.
A lot of people drop really out, though. A lot of people start and they drop out. That's what I felt.
I used to like
did any of you watch
Bristol.
Lee's video recently? Lee Hewley.
Didn't get a word of that.
Neither did I.
Oh, sorry. I think my mic broke up. Lee Hewley, the Canadian guy.
Oh, I think I know the. Is it?
Oh, reviewing Under Influence. No, that's not him.
Under the Influence, yeah.
No. He's not as active now, but he's always involved in Chad Albino Rhino beer reviews.
Right.
When he does his, and he did actually quite an interesting video actually about a response to a video that Tasting Mitch did.
Right.
About beer tube in general. And I don't know, he brought some interesting points, some stuff that I don't know if it's worth mentioning, but that whole drama that Simon was involved in a while ago.
Which one was that?
The one between him, Master of Puppets, and Jakob, I think his name is.
I know the one you mean. I think I have watched that video actually some time ago.
And he posted a new video recently about the state of affairs with BeerTube, and I was just wondering if anybody else had seen it.
I've not seen it, no.
Because
you have to send.
It's an interesting video.
Send the link on the.
Yeah, I'll post it to the group.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
It's always interesting to hear about the inner politics of YouTube beer reviewers, unlike us rookies.
Oh yes.
To a degree, but then it's like, you know.
Well, I'm the proper newbie here, aren't I? Because I've only been doing it since January.
I'm the same kind of since last July, so it's like I just like my beer.
Yeah. I've always had a passion for it off camera.
Same as that. And I've been watching.
Watching various beer tubers. You know,
4 or 5 years I've been doing it. I thought I'll do that one day, and then last year I thought, bollocks, I'm going to do it. You know.
Yeah.
And then I done it. I thought, what have I done? You know. But now I'm like,
a part of me thought that, like, oh shit, what have I done? And then another part of me thought, I wish I did it years ago.
Yeah, exactly that.
Oh yeah.
And I should have done it.
Because it is a nice community.
At least 5 years ago. I thought about it 5 years ago. I should have done it.
Well, you would have been up there with like real ale craft beer, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So maybe I'm happy I didn't then. So,
Yeah,
I just don't.
I,
Do you know what I
I
mean?
find
I
that
don't
hard
mean
to
it in a
cope
nasty
with, to
way.
be honest with
I
you.
don't like.
Dealing with that many people.
I don't like all the kind of in lights kind of thing. It's just not my. Do you know what I mean? It's not my personality. I'm not kind of. Fair play to him, though. Fantastic. I'd rather someone
Yeah.
else be like that, and I'm kind of my own person and do my own thing. If that makes sense.
No, that's fair play to you. I mean, Simon, he probably holds the torch for us guys, doesn't he? Really,
Yeah.
you know, he's
Yeah.
like the bastion of craft beer on YouTube. You know,
Yeah. No.
especially in the UK, anyway.
He's going to places that, you know, doing these collaboration beers and
He's just going down his own road, isn't he?
yeah, which is great, you know. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
he loves his
yeah, fair
beer.
play to him.
Yeah, he's just fair play. I probably wouldn't do it if it wasn't for there's a handful of people I've been watching for quite a long time. Rob Derbyshire, Hopzine, Simon Martin, Adam's Craft Beer Reviews, Kevin Black. I haven't seen much of Elvis.
Somerset Real Ale Guide, was
Elvis
that the guy?
Appleford. I haven't seen him for a long time.
Elvis, yeah.
Elvis stopped posting some time ago, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's
I liked his
guy
videos.
who influenced me, you know, going back quite a while. And I just thought, you know, I drink this sort of stuff, so why, you know, do it myself. You know?
I used to like Beer Goggles, old Terry. You know, he's slowed down quite a bit now, hasn't he? But he used to do some.
Apparently, he's just started up again. Apparently,
he's done a lot of vocation stuff.
Yeah, his videos on vocation are brilliant because I was chatting to the guy who's the owner of vocation, and yeah, his videos are excellent. Just doing proper walkthroughs through the brewery, and the way the chap actually speaks about the brewery, he shows you perspective. This is awesome. The way that he shows you in depth, and it's easy to understand as well. And that's just the best thing about the video that Terry's got. I mean, I'd love to do that sort of thing at another brewery. Just do a brewery walkthrough somewhere like. I mean, I've spoken to Cloudwater people about doing it, but yeah, just his recent videos are really good. Definitely recommend them. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the original sort of guy this end, isn't he?
Yeah.
I know, like across the pond.
It's all about getting on there first. If you want the massive subscription kind of base, which one or two have done, and they've gone mad. I mean, you look at Greg's beer reviews in America now. He's huge. He's another guy.
He's packed it up now, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, sorry?
He's packed it up now, hasn't he?
Is he really?
I think it.
Greg's beer reviews?
No, not Greg. Sorry, no, I'm thinking of Chad's beer reviews.
Oh yeah, Chad has, yeah. He's gone more into...
Yeah, no, I don't think Greg has, no.
I think he's gone more into... I can't remember what he said now. I know it was a couple of months ago. He put that final video up. It's just the end of Chad's beer reviews. It's kind of sad, really.
Yeah.
Anyone who's
I'm not gonna let it consume me as much as I love drinking decent beer and reviewing it in front of a camera now. I'm starting to find my feet.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let it consume me and take over, but I'm just gonna let it just run its course and just do what it does. You know, I'm on about 95 subscribers at the moment. You know, like I say, I've just been doing it, since January. So I'll take that. I'm happy with that.
That's a very good rate to be going at.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's good though. It's also a great one to kind of recall what you've actually had. I find,
it's an online diary, isn't it? Almost.
Yeah, it's a public diary of beer.
I think that the thing I enjoy about it most, about the people who you get subscribing to you, is that the people. I think every single one of my subscribers, I can know, has been someone who's commented on my videos or spoken to me about the beers I'm drinking or beers I might be reviewing.
Yeah.
And they'll always happily give you a recommendation on some beer to try. You'll talk to them. That's just the best thing about it. It's meeting all the community around your beer, beer reviewing.
Yeah.
That's the thing I love about it. I'm not focused on subscribers at all. It's
No,
just
people
that the people that review it, the people that have drunk these beers in the past themselves, or people that want to drink these beers themselves, and them suggesting other beers as well. That's just the best thing about it. The whole community around it. I love it.
And the chances are as well with the beer that you're reviewing, and someone's viewing what you're doing, there's always a story linked to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
I've had one or two kind of negative comments as well, which I take on board, because beer's subjective. Not everyone's going to agree what you think. You're not going to agree with what they think as well. I've had one or two kind of, I'll ignore that kind of comments. I don't know if you guys have had that yet.
Yeah,
not really.
I've
been very lucky with negative comments.
Which is fine. It doesn't bother me at all. It seems to bother them more. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah. I mean, a good bit of advice that Rob Derbyshire gave me when I first started, because I found on the first few of my, the first like 10 of my videos where I was, getting to know what I was doing. I was getting a few sort of like shitty comments from knobheads that were, just trolls probably. I don't know. And Rob said to me, just let it go over your head. He said, because that they feed on it. They want you to bite on it. They want you to start putting loads of words in the comment section, and then it just continues and continues. I know Hammerhead Beer Reviews. He had a bit of a conflict with somebody.
Who's that? Sorry.
Hammerhead Beer Reviews.
Right.
Used to be Chris the cider guy.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just let it go, and there's one or two comments. There's one or two comments that it was the Audi range. If you look back at my Audi range, I was diplomatic, but I held back. Put it that way. I thought I'm not biting. I just let it go.
I think you've got to be honest, haven't you? It's pointless dressing something up to sound good or interesting when deep down it's a load of shit.
Yeah.
You've got to be honest, haven't you?
I mean, I took into effect the price of the beer. You kind of get to know after time that if you pay £1.09 for a beer, it's not going to generally be a 10 out of 10, or it's not going to be an outstanding beer. It's just not. Because the ingredients have gone in, it's mass produced for a supermarket. At the end of the day, someone who's drinking craft beer, high-end craft beer, that's quite expensive, it's not going to be of the same quality. It's just not. But when you get someone coming on comparing it to a lager, saying it's miles better than a Foster's, and it's like you've just completely missed the point. But I didn't actually reply to it in that way. But anyone who kind of had an idea of what beer's generally about would look at that and think, "What an idiot!" So
Yeah.
He kind of done it to himself without me actually saying anything. So I'm a craft brewer. I've been doing it 30 years. This is much better than a Foster's. It's just right there in front of you, without actually me saying anything. You've made yourself look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of them things, isn't it? I suppose you can't. There's no way of sort of avoiding it, is there? It's going to happen. If someone wants to leave a shitty comment on one of your videos, then they're going to do it, aren't they? You know.
It's fine. It doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. It's not gonna break my leg. You know.
No, no.
That's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it is always nice to get positives, you know.
Oh yeah, and I
get
appreciate
notifications or new subscribers and stuff.
Exactly.
It's always good.
I appreciate everyone who watches. You know,
yeah.
I'm almost humbled that I've got a few subscribers and comment, and you know, and they probably know more than me. Doesn't bother me, but you know, we all like beer. That's what it's all about. You know. That's
what it's all about. Yeah, it's a club at the end of the day, isn't it? Yeah. We've all got the same interests. We might not all agree on it.
It's like anything, though. It's like all kind of interests in life. I mean, I'm into kind of wildlife as well and ornithology. I've been doing that for 25 years, bird watching and stuff like that. And you need something in life, I think, just to get you by. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's darts, pool, watching football, or anything. It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, really. Life's a bloody challenge. Life's hard, and you need something to just distract you now and again.
Yeah, to get you by. Because that's why I don't worry about things like what someone's posted, or I don't agree with you on this, or I'm sorry, but there's more other things important in life to worry about than.
There's structured comments, isn't there? And then there's like downright knobheads that just, you know, they're just out to just poke you with a stick. They just want you to bite on it. I've got no problems with someone leaving a comment saying, you know, oh, I found the beer personally too malty or too hoppy or whatever.
That's
that's structured debate, and I can live with that.
Yeah, but that's fine though, isn't it? It's not
exactly, yeah.
It's good that they've got an opinion that's not the same as yours. It's what makes real ale and craft beer what it is. If everyone thought the same thing, then
we'd be all a bunch of bloody lemmings, wouldn't we? If we all like the same thing and all hold the line, you know.
We'd be like sheep, you know.
Yeah.
But then you wouldn't get all these experimental brews otherwise. So some don't work, and some are amazing.
That's the beauty of craft beer as well, isn't it? You've almost got, you know, if you call yourself a craft brewer, you've almost got the right to be sort of think out of the box, be experimental, even with the beer and the labelling, the packaging. Because I mean, some of the canned beers that I've seen, and bottled beers for that matter as well, the styles and it's fantastic. It's great.
Yeah. It's all trial and error as well on the brewery's part. How many times do they trial a beer before they actually release it? You know, they're not going to release a shit beer that they think's a shit beer. It's all part of it. It's all part of the. You know, even breweries are still learning, especially nowadays, with modern technology and brewing techniques and experimental hops and they're crossbreeding hops all the time. And, I mean, Christ, what's 10 years going to be like in craft beer? Wow.
I have to say, as a brewer myself, the amount of times I'm on the phone to experts like Murphy and Son or someone, one of the people who I'm working with at the moment, he's actually used to work for Bristol Beer Factory,
right.
And or Bristol Beer Company. And he's providing, you know, expertise to myself. It's just, you know, everyone's learning really. It's just some things that he may not know. I may phone up Murphy, they may not know themselves, or I might have to, you know, speak on Facebook or something. You know, really is growing at the moment. Not everyone knows too much, to be honest.
But it's just craft beer. I mean, collaborations. What do each brewery learn off each other and the way forward? Just through collaborations on their own.
Mm.
I don't
That's
know.
a nice
I'm not,
gateway, though, isn't it? Collabs, beer clubs.
yeah.
It's a nice gateway to sort of connect.
It's all it's expanding breweries' knowledge, and then they do a collaboration with another brewery. It's expanding. It's like that all the time. It's fantastic.
I mean, it's not just collabs. I mean, we speak to each other, some of us daily anyway. I mean, I speak to Mad Dog Brewery a lot. I speak to him Alexis. I speak to him pretty much every single day. I speak to him, just talking about beer and even YN Brewery. Speak to him about what should I how does this affect my beer if I include such and such a water softener or something. I speak to Idle Valley the other day. How does this affect my brew if I'm using different types of water softener? And it's just an awesome community to be part of, because the brewers, every single brewer will be help another brewer. But it's just something I've never seen in any other working environment I've been in before. If you go company to company, they won't help you out. They'll be like, "Oh, fuck off, go and sort it out yourself." In the brewing industry, it's like, we're happy to help you progress. Yeah, absolutely. It's a proper community. I love it. That's why I want to come into it, because
Here's a question for you, Harry. With regards to water quality, because a lot of people do say the further down south that you come, the waters tends to be a bit more harder, and the further up north you go, it gets a lot softer.
Mm-hmm.
So would the case of a southern brewery, would they use reverse osmosis to purify the water? Do you think to make the water soft for the beer?
Technically, our brewery, we use we Burtonize our water, so every single brew we use is exactly the same water. So we put DWB in our water. We put DWB, sometimes sulfate and chlorate or something we put in our water. Basically same every single time. I think with other breweries, they'll probably do the same to their water. Somehow they'll affect their water with DWB, especially if they're a SIBA if they're sponsored, not sponsored, but if they work with SIBA, they'll definitely have something to do with water softening and to make their beers slightly better. But whether they're northern or southern, their water's harder or softer, it wouldn't have too much effect. To be honest, hard water, you'll have lagers. Softer water, you'll have more real ales and something a bit more flavour. I know it's quite a difficult question to answer, because myself, I haven't actually ever worked with anything too technical. It's more so being like, just chuck this into the water, that will make it better. But yeah, not always in the malt, but yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I've found that with sort of beers that I've sort of dabbled with. I've had a few sort of Cornish beers where they've deliberately said on the back of the bottle, soft water, spring water used as part of the brew, sort of thing, and it probably tend to come across in the beer a lot.
Yeah, it's probably down there. It's natural soft water. I mean, to make our water soft, we have to add a couple of things to make it so it's good for brewing with. That's why the water. That's why Burton upon Trent is Burton upon Trent at a time. We're in Burton upon Trent because it was soft water up there. It is soft water up there.
Yeah.
Hence, why they had all the brews up there. I mean, yeah.
Where I'm from, the water quality is kind of chalky. Because I live on a kind of a. It used to be years ago an island. Now between us and the mainland, Kent, it's now like a marshland. But high on where the island I'm on now. It's all silted up and it's just normal. But there is now like a chalk base to the water quality of certainly my local brewery, the Ramsgate Brewery, Gads. I don't know if you heard of Gads. So it adds to the water quality is still very good. It's very kind of soft.
I suppose that goes back to what Harry's question was to Peter about the Reinstebot with that's a purity law in itself, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, in terms of water, I find when you read the ingredients on a German beer, especially craft brewers,
right,
they always seem to use mineral water, and for the most part, the water quality here in Germany is actually really quite high. So I don't think they do too much to purify the water in terms of adding natural yet chemical ingredients.
Yeah, you can add.
But again, I'm not too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's the same where as you were saying, it's the same here. I don't know what they add because I'm not a brewer. I want to go into home brewing eventually, and
I think it's what they take away, isn't it, from the water? I know a bit about reverse osmosis and stuff because of obviously the job that I do, where the area that I live in, Oxfordshire, the water is relatively hard. There's a lot of lime in the water. There's a lot of calcium.
right.
With reverse osmosis, it removes all that crap. Going back to if you wash your car and you get them little milky spots on it, all that's removed. And I suppose that would help in a brewer's perspective, wasn't it? If all that rubbish was taken out of the water and you had a raw, pure water.
Yeah, I think you have to look at your latitude as well. I mean, obviously, the further north you go, it'll be more of a quality craft water, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, the further up north you go, the better the water is, really.
Yeah, I mean, we've got chalk here. It's generally chalk. You go further towards Canterbury, it's kind of more boggy. So I don't know whether the breweries in Canterbury have they got their own wells or whatever. I don't think so, but if they used local water there, it would be a much more earthier quality. I don't know.
I mean, myself, we've got pretty hard water where I'm based. I know Burton's only 15 miles up the road, and they've got really perfect water for brewing with, so it really does vary quite heavily. But generally, I find the further you get to Yorkshire, then it's better water. But then
you got the Pennines,
Yeah.
The
Lake District seems to have rather good.
Probably has an effect on your general flavour of beer.
Oh yeah.
I think especially with like a beer, say, a pale ale, something that's quite low ABV, and say a northern brewer was brewing this pale ale and a southern brewer was doing it as well, there'd be a massive difference. If they were using exactly the same hops, malts and yada yada, but the water quality would separate the beer drastically.
It adds to the quality.
Yeah.
Especially say Ilkley Pale Ale or something like that, for an example. The water quality alone would improve it, I would say.
Yeah. I found that going back to my shenanigans when we were in Leeds, the Northern Monk beers, I found that, I don't know, the mouthfeel to it was just so much smoother and, they're full of flavour, choked full of flavour and hops.
Was
But
this
it
on?
was just that initial mouthfeel. It was,
Was it on keg?
subtle.
Was it on keg, Dean?
Was it? It was, wasn't it, Harry? What we tried?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was their IPA, wasn't it? Was it their New World IPA that we had? Can't remember now.
It was
The blue can, isn't it?
Human Cannibal. Unhuman Cannibal it was, wasn't it? Unhuman Cannibal and
Yes.
Human Cannibal. Both of them.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I think they were both on cake, yeah.
I was stuck in Madeira. I really wanted to go to that, and I was like, ah. Next year.
I know. James Marshall was kicking himself a bit as well, wasn't he? Because I think he wanted to come over and.
Yeah, I was stuck in halfway across the Atlantic, so. But there's always next year.
That's it.
Exactly.
I mean, we're all on speaking terms now, anyway. So
Yeah,
we
that's
can
good.
do
It's nice.
something out anyway.
It's nice to crack the ice with you guys, anyway. It's really good.
Yeah.
Don't bloody love
Same
it.
here.
You know, it's taken too long.
Yeah, I think it's gone all right actually. The flow's been really nice, you know.
Yeah.
We've
really
chatted
nice.
away.
It's like being in a pub.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose it is really, isn't it?
You know what I mean? It's kind of sociable drinking.
Yeah. Chit chat and a decent beer, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Being in a pub, but at home.
Can't ask for anything more than that.
The online pub.
That's it. The online pub, yeah. Hashtag.
Yeah.
Hashtag indeed.
Cool.
We can do something again anyway, guys. You know, we can get something set up.
Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah, sounds good.
I think it would be nice for like what we've got now, the party of what we've got now, of reviewing the same beer. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, that'd be a really good idea.
The challenge is that maybe Peter's got more of a challenge, maybe. So
Yeah, I'll probably be able to get hold of the craftier stuff. So.
Yeah.
I think more the challenge would be something none of us have had before. That'd be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could always do like the put it on the group and just bounce stuff around and come up with something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
I think a Tuesday's pretty good for most people, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm okay with Tuesdays.
Yeah. Only dry day tomorrow. Only driving tomorrow, so cool.
Only.
Driving around inner city Birmingham tomorrow, so it's all cool.
Tuesday it is then.
Yeah.
You'll see playing brake lights then, yeah?
Well, you see my van.
Right. All right then, guys. I think that'll do for tonight, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
My eyes are starting to close on me,
All
and I'll
good.
get. Yeah, we'll be back in touch again, and we'll sort something out.
3 hours 25 minutes. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
It's gone fast. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it, guys. It's been a pleasure. And we'll sort something out again.
I got there in
because
the end.
I like this sort of format anyway. It's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.